a story.
Our Independence Day.
You, the people, have the power. The power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world.
We don't sleep to dream, we sleep to build stamina. Energy to do our thing, get your camera. This show is about to begin, so sit down and buckle it in. Let's go! My name is Brian, that is Shane, that is John. You are watching the Podcast Brothers Unleashed, live every Saturday at 10 a.m. How are y'all doing today, boys?
Yes, thank you for the injection of energy. I appreciate it. It was a late night last night, so I did not get much sleep. And you know you're having a rough morning when you're trying to log into the back end, and like it's six very easy characters, like you can't screw up. And so I'm like typing them over and over again, and it won't let me in. And I'm like, I don't even know how it's possible. I'm checking my caps lock. I mean, like the whole thing, right? And finally, I'm like on the 8th time, it finally let me in, and I'm like, I don't even want to know. Let's just go. So anyways,
I know it's like my fingers sometimes they just get abnormally too fat all of a sudden, and they're hitting other keys while I'm trying to type it in.
Yeah,
right? Something's going on.
I'm going to show you guys something that's hilarious. 1 second. So I've been building this, or fixing, or I don't know what you want to call it, but basically fixing our server that runs our NOS, which is like a storage thing, and it runs Chain 3. And I'll show you guys. I'm going to put it in the back end here.
By the way, this is all like a foreign language to me, but I like listening to you speak.
Sorry, well, NOS is like...
This is the origin of Skynet we're talking about here, everybody.
Right, yeah, just tell me when we're going to be taken over.
So I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to put it on the screen.
Whoa,
There we go. NOS is sort of like a storage thing, right?
All right.
I'm actually going to put it in your screen, Shane. So, because it's easier. So if you guys can see there, see that? Yeah, I'm building that NOS. I'm building that NOS right there, and it's where the Shane 3 hold. My office is a mess right now because of it. Anyways, while I've been doing this, I've been sleep deprived, like entirely. I'm putting Shane back on the screen. Sorry, I'm entirely sleep deprived because of it, and I'm using something called Linux because Windows uses a ton of resources. For some reason, it has to have like 400 services running for no reason whatsoever. And I'm using PowerShell and I'm trying to turn stuff off. Like, I don't need a handwriting mode and a voice activation and something for some service that they made up 20 years ago, but for some reason it's running. So I'm like, I finally said, F it. I've disabled everything I can. I'm just going to go to Linux, and I'm running Linux. Linux is super fast. But now I'm sleep deprived. I'm working on a video. I'm trying to get Shane script stuff, and I'm trying to get my storage back up because that's where all of our podcast files are. And for the last week, I haven't access to them. And I literally used the same exact password I gave you today, Shane, to log into the backend. I installed Linux. It's called Mint. It's a super easy version of Linux. And I just so I can run the NOS and Shane 3, the AI. And I go to the same exact password, Shane. Same exact password. I install it. When you install Linux, it asks you for the password like 3 times. I did it 3 times. Got into the system. Now I'm trying to install the drivers. If you know Linux, it asks you every time you install a driver to then confirm your password. Bro, somehow I typed it in wrong when I installed it. And bro, I reinstalled Mint 4 times before I realized I was hitting the T instead of the R. Dude, I was like, I ended up doing something wrong with the keyboard, and now I'm getting a keylogger, and I'm like, what's wrong with the keyboard? Why is it?
They're going to start putting age requirements on logging into things. It's like when you get your driver's license and you're too old, right? It's like you're too old to use your computer. Anyway.
What's nuts is like I can build like a whole system with like literally uses 13 drives and all these, complicated models and and all this storage requirements, but I can't remember a 6-digit password to save my life.
Yeah.
We go back to like 80s. We won't have access to computers. We'll just have like a speak and spell that's given to us.
The password's going to be like, what animal does this animal say? I know this one.
Moo.
Dog. It's not dog. Oh.
Woof, woof.
Anyways, guys,
now that we're all alive and awake, does anyone ever think that Brian does speed? I'm just wondering. Like, sometimes when you're talking, I'm like, do they think he does speed?
I didn't even use complicated words. Linux is a common word now.
No, it's not that. It's you're the way you sometimes you speak really fast, right? So half of the reason I don't understand what you're saying probably is because you're saying it so quickly.
Well, no, I mumble too.
Yeah.
Or my brain's working really slow. Anyways,
I'm like one of those rappers that is like super high on scissor. And so I speak really fast, but also mumble. I'm like an auctioneer with a speech impediment.
8 Mile Brian.
John, how was your week, man?
Yeah, good week, thanks. Yeah, flew by. I'm now I've been working on scripts for the last 24 hours for the channel, so it's great.
Awesome.
So prepare yourselves, YouTube. It's going to get messy.
Oh, nice.
Just so you know, Anthony says he understood every word I said because he's also a fast talker.
Right. Okay, Anthony's on your level, brother. That's good.
Back in the day, I used to be in a live hip hop group where I would rap while playing drums.
It makes me laugh like every time.
And people were like shocked, like, how are you playing drums and rapping? I'm like, because it uses 2 different parts of your brain.
Yeah, I could never do that.
It's true. Like playing an instrument and talking are 2 different parts of your brain.
Me trying to use a triangle or a recorder just by itself is intricately difficult for me. So yeah, I can't do that, man.
Any of us missed the days where you had all these dreams and cool projects you're working on, and now you're just like, every project you're working on is just trying to pay bills and not kill yourself.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, listen, guys, thank you for coming. If you're not incredibly bored by all the computer talk, a lot of times Brian will just talk to me, and I know he needs to just like vent to me things that are going on, and I'll just listen to him. And so thank you for listening.
I feel like the chat knows what a NOS is, and they know what Linux is. I'm
sure there are very smart people out there who do, but hopefully there are equally dumb people like me who do not know. But so let's talk about what we're going to be talking about today. This week was like a weird week, right? I feel like Spider-Man, and I think we talked about this, Spider-Man like sucked all the entertainment news out of the air this last week. It's like it came in, it earned its, $1.5 billion or whatever the hell it did. And then it just like swept everything away in its wake because almost nothing interesting happened this week. It seemed to me. Did you guys feel the same way?
I mean, like nothing. There was nothing to watch on YouTube. I got tired by Sunday of Spider-Man videos.
Like just Spider-Man overload, right?
And every video is like what happened to Bruce Banner? Where is Jean Grey? Like, you know what? I don't care, guys. Like,
I've never done this before, but I almost want to go, hey, Twitter X, can we just move on?
Yeah, the movie was 2 weeks ago now. We're done. Let's, It's every single post, every video has to be Spider-Man related. I know people are chasing the view counts.
Yeah, I get
it. People are still filtering into Spider-Man, so like they want those views, but like I'm over it, dude. I'm done.
Yeah, and instead you're searching YouTube for like to get away from it, like how to create the perfect 80s perm. Just to shake it up a little bit.
Legit, I literally did Google the other day. Is there a hair mask for male beards?
A what?
See,
it's called a hair mask.
Okay.
So my wife and my daughters use something called a hair mask, and I've never heard of this term in my entire life.
This is my first time.
Yeah. So basically, it's some kind of
chefs use them, don't they?
It's some kind of lotion or something. It's like a lotion for your hair, and it like I don't understand it, but basically you put it in your hair, sort of like conditioner, but it's real thick, and it's supposed to like ultra moisturize your hair. And when they were using it, I'm like, wait a minute, is there something like that for a beard? Because my beard is looking very, very Durka right now. You know what I mean?
A bit Middle Eastern, you say?
Yeah, it's looking very puby.
Like desert worn.
Yeah, it's looking very puby. I went to Palm Desert, and now it's like real rough. And it's like I brush it all the time, and it's like sticking in like 15 directions. So now I'm Googling hair mask for beard.
Oh my God. Okay. You know what? You can
somehow ended up on some guy's YouTube channel where he's like a barber and he's really into it, bro. He's like, so listen, this is called the 3-point. And you gotta, I'm like, whoa, this is too much science for a beard, bro. I just want a product that I can put in my beard where it gets softer. Like this is.
I realized last night, you know, when you're flipping through the ads, there's this really popular ad right now out there, and it's like this projection light that projects like the ocean onto your ceiling, right?
Bro, that's like 5 years old, bro.
I know, but it's like really hot right now. It's like on every video. It seems like I click.
It's because it's because you're being followed around by those retrackers.
Is that what it is?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So here's what happened.
You looked at the product one time, and now it's following you around the internet.
Okay. So I did. I looked at the product, right? I'm watching the video, and I'm like, holy crap! I mean, it looks real, right? So I'm watching the ad. And it's, of course, the voice is not matching the lips. So that should be the first sign that something's wrong. And all of a sudden I realized, like, you got turtles swimming across the ocean. I'm like, what in the name of this looks so realistic? So, of course, I click on the damn thing to go look and see the link. When you actually look at what it is, it's just like images. It's not even really good images. It's like just blurs of like sea life or whatever on your ceiling. Right. It doesn't look anything like it. That should be,
be honest.
Wrong.
I gotta be honest, mate. If I had that and I was like, open my eyes and was looking up to the ceiling here, and it was a UK version, and suddenly I saw some illegal migrant looking over me on the beach,
some guy in a boat.
He's looking down.
This is really realistic.
You see illegal migrant. He's washing his balls in the seawater.
I'm about to be violated.
Yeah, dude. All those ads are so bullcrap. I bought one of those a few years ago for my kid. I didn't think it would actually look like realistic. So I'm like, I know you can't get a real projector for like $40, right? Right. But I expected it to be like colored lights or whatever, you know. And it sort of did that. If it was pitch black, maybe. So what I did was I got a like $75 cheap projector off of Temu, and I just loaded up night sky on it, and then I pointed it at her ceiling, and it sits in the corner, and she has it. It doesn't have to be super high quality. So you can do exactly what they're doing and not buy their stupid crap product.
Yeah, I just think you shouldn't be able to lie like that. Anyways, so that's what's going on today. We have some great stories for you guys. We should probably talk about that. We're going to be previewing the end of Oak Street. And if you looked at the thumbnail, the question was asked, are we tired of dinosaur movies?
Are we?
So we should talk about that. Ted Lasso season 4 is back, and I watched the first episode, so I think we're talking about that. The Ark season 3 is happening, and Brian is going to talk a little bit about that because I am still on season 1, and I think we're going to talk about the new X-Men casting that's Variety put out there for Cyclops. And we got a few other things to talk about. But Brian, do you want to pitch our new stuff?
Yeah, man. We have a new website, everyone. Ooh. And it's pretty awesome. The popcast.co. So popcast.co. We could not afford the M. So it's just popcast.co. And it is where all of our news and reviews and written work is going to live. We're very proud of it. It's a very simple website, nothing special to it, but you can sign up, and if you sign up, you can comment and interact with the articles. It's totally free, and it's super convenient. You should go check it out. This is the Ted Lasso one. It's really simple, guys. There's no weird ads, no weird light ads following you around the internet,
and it's free. You don't have to pay for somebody's Medium or whatever those subscription places are.
It's completely free, and there's no ads whatsoever. No weird sexual ads popping up out of nowhere. Then your wife walks in like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, "Nothing. It's an advertisement. Damn it,
podcast guys. It's okay.
I'm just reading about Super Troopers. But yeah, go sign up.
Why have you got your pants off?
I always have my pants off. Trust me. But go sign up, and you can actually interact with the articles, comment, and have conversations there about the different things. Like right now, this is what we have on there now. Spider-Man Brand New Day, Odyssey, Super Troopers, and Ted Lasso. But Shane is going to be writing a lot. He's going to be pouring all of his thoughts into this.
He loves. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah,
he loves.
yeah.
And from time to time, I'll throw up an article. And John is also an editor. So if John,
I was going to say, John is on the back end. So John, we're expecting
articles, bro.
Yeah. So it'll be like. Hello, my mates. How are you? Today I'm going to talk to you about Doctor Who.
I'm going to read that in your voice for sure.
Yeah, and listen, if you want, you can totally, write whatever makes you feel good, man. But it's very specific to only us three, and our reviews and news and thoughts and theories are all going to be on this website, popcast.co, popcast.co.
Yeah, and the last couple weeks, if you've been following us, we've been doing out of theater reviews. So every Thursday, we'll be doing an out of theater review for the newest top movie of the week. So you can come watch the video here, but there will also be an article with a review. So you can check that out too. So thanks I think you can sign up to be a subscriber, which I tested yesterday and it did work. Although you got to wait a few minutes for the email to come, but yeah.
Yeah. And that's how you can comment on things and all that. So
yeah.
Super rad.
Whatever.
Also, if you want to support us, please do so by going to mixtease.com, mxtz.co, or mixtease.com. Buy whatever you want. Use coupon code BRANE, BRANE, or Popcast, POPCAST, for 10% off. And really anything you buy there, But if you want to buy specifically my hat, you can go to The Brain Show, which is our old name. You want to buy some of our cool Stargate merch, or my favorite shirt right now, the Die Hard is Christmas movie. I got that before December. Just go check it out, and whatever you buy helps out the show. Keeps us in business.
Anything on the site you buy. In fact, if you look at our stuff and go, I don't like any of their things, well, you can you can buy somebody else's stuff on the site.
Yeah, you can
and
buy.
We also get paid for it.
Buy a Nerdrotic shirt. People do that. And or you can subscribe to the channel, or just or comment on this video, or interact with us in some way. That's also another way to support us.
Hype it. I hear hyping is a thing.
Yeah, hyping is a thing. I don't know what it does.
It's supposed to help you, but you can only do it from your phone, which is kind of weird. If it's a really good thing, you should also be able to do it from your computer. You know what I'm saying?
I think hype is probably going to be a flash in the pan thing. So everyone was promoting the hype thing. I'm like, guys, I'm not sure how long this hype thing is going to last. So don't waste a lot of your video time on this.
It's please, whatever gets my YouTube algorithm working.
Right.
For the love of God.
Right. All right. Well, there it is. And of course, after the show today, we're going to go to the members section. If you want to become a member, it's pretty simple. Hit the join button bottom left and become a member today. Because in the members section, if you look here, we get, say it, John.
Freaky naughty.
And that's our newest shirt on the site. So, Freaky naughty.
Yeah. It's good, and it feels good. It's comfortable. It's a nice shirt, that. Nice T-shirt.
Fantastic. Oh, Anthony says here that you can only hype 3 videos a week. So if you're a fan of the show and you hang out with us, hype our Thursday out of theater review and hype this Saturday show if you're going to hype.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Hype them all. Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about. You ready to get into it? Oh wait, we got some super chats. Let's do some super chats before we go to the first topic. Make sure I get them all. Here we go. Starting with Fancheered. At Fancheered says the secret is power naps in between tasks. Yes,
Oh, that's a good idea.
I have not mastered.
I just oversleep.
The power nap. Yeah. Yeah, thank you for that. I can't power nap because I have a very loud, aggressive wife and 2 daughters. So Power nap is not.
Well, and you sleep deeply when you go to sleep. I don't think you can really nap.
Yeah. When I sleep, it's like I'm dead.
You're difficult to wake up.
I'm dead for 4 hours.
I'm at that point now. When I was a teenager, and my granddad used to come to stay, and before they left to go, he'd go up at 4 p.m. and he'd go, right, I'm going to have a sleep for a bit. And I'm like, what's he doing having a sleep now? You know, it's 4 p.m. I get it now. I totally get where he's coming from. I'm like, I just need to power down and then come back energized.
Right.
I do it so often now.
Our dad was like a jail warden. Like his attitude for sleeping was like, you shouldn't even like stare at your bed for very long during the day. Like if it's during the day, you couldn't sit on your bed or rest on your bed or even look at your bed because that was not what you did. You didn't take naps.
And you got to be up at 4 in the morning. I need you to milk the cows and run the plow.
And we didn't even have a farm.
Feed the
it was
chicken,
pretty weird.
He'd be like, I need you to be up at 4 in the morning, ready to work the land. And we're like, what land? We live in
Los Angeles.
Yeah,
man.
we live in Southern California, dude.
I want you to go out there and find a cow and then milk it.
Yeah, find a cow, milk it, feed some chickens, make it work. Yeah, our dad had this fantasy of like having a farm, but he didn't have a farm.
Yeah.
So he really wanted a farm life, but we didn't have a farm. So a lot of my mornings consisted of pulling weeds and mowing the lawn.
Yeah. It's understandable.
Also for $5 from Fanshare. Thank you, Fanshare. Part of why Save Stargate events pushed back. Good idea. Spider-Man, Star Trek, etc. A lot going on. Carefet confirmed end of watch party last Tuesday delay. What?
I love these messages.
Yeah, I feel
because
like
it's like I get to solve a puzzle early in the morning.
Right.
I think what Fanchert is saying is that there were a lot of things did happen this week. We're just not paying attention.
Catching up.
Kerfoot confirmed end of watch party. Is there a delay? Explain it.
Go ahead and you don't have to pay it. Just put a comment in there, kind of building out this idea. We'll mention it. Talk about it.
Yeah, because I'm this week I've been busy and I've been following the Save the Stargate thing, but it did seem like it was, people are very busy right now, so it might be a little more subdued the last couple of weeks.
I think they're waiting for the space event, from what I remember.
All right. Also for Fan Cheer, thank you, Fan Cheer. The Ark, Dean Devlin, we love him. Yes. The Ark is pretty good. We're going to be talking about that today. Season 3 started off with a blast. And another one from Fan Cheer. Thank you, my friend. Good on you. Website behind on Cameos 1. Oh, you made a Cameos website? That's cool. You got to share that with us. And another one from Andrew. We've been hyping Podcast 1, not sure value. Yeah, I don't know what the hype thing does, but
yeah, we need to go further into it. But thank you for hyping it, Fanchard.
And the last one from Fanchard again. James Kerfoot, let us know events end of watch. Oh, I see. I see. The events are over. Interesting. I thought they were still doing the space thing.
I'm gonna look at SaveStargate.com real quick.
Oh yeah, it's not. It hasn't happened yet. It's still.
Petition's doing good though, 117,000. I wish we could get that going a little more.
Yeah, it seems like it's slowed down a little bit. When there's no response from Amazon,
that is the problem
whatsoever. Not even like, hey, sorry guys, not gonna happen. Like, there's only so long it can go on.
And keep you in limbo.
Look, Stargate will always be in our hearts. We always want it. We've made a lot of stuff. We actually are in the process of making Stargate content right now for the main channel.
It's true.
But even though it's deep in our hearts, we also have lives to live and other things to do. So like, we can't just continually go to events and do all this stuff if there's never going to be a response from Amazon. It's pretty dirty too, because I heard that the Amazon MGM Twitter account was moderating its post. And
I heard that too, yeah.
Basically, if you put like Save Stargate or whatever, certain keywords Stargate, it would just hide those comments, hide those replies. And guys, that's just there's nothing more cowardly than shadow moderation, in my opinion. Shadow banning, shadow kicking. It's just so cowardly. That's exactly what, like, Reddit. The reason I stopped using Reddit is because that's what Reddit does. The reason I stopped using Facebook because that's what Facebook does. It's shadow moderation. You know, either kick me or don't. But don't just shadow ban my post.
Well, and who gave Amazon the power to shadow ban? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you can block, but how do they get the power to, like, say, yeah, we're gonna shut down this hashtag? That's bad.
You're right, but this is the equivalent of, you know, what people were doing in the late 60s with Star Trek, the original series. They did a letter writing campaign, you know, and at the time, those were things that got shows back on the air. But now these big corporations, they just don't even seem to count the audience now, because they're looking for this mythical new audience that doesn't exist.
Right.
Whereas all of these passionate fans, I just don't get how you can discount that, all those passionate fans that are out there, and that's internationally, and you build from there. That's what I just don't understand. You know, that's a good core base to start with.
You know what's happened is the model has changed. So streaming screwed up everything. And back when you had advertisers who would buy ad space on TV shows, there was some sort of push and pull. Like, that's the only way they made money, other than brand deals, right? They would actually have the advertisers would come in and you know, once a year, just before, you know, the winter fall season would come out, they would buy ad space based on. And so if you had a show that was popular where a lot of people were watching, and you had and it was getting some news, the advertisers wanted to go to those shows.
Right.
And so you had some sort of checks and balances system with the studios. Nowadays, the streaming services, they don't care. They hide all their numbers. You know, they can tell the advertisers whatever they want.
Right.
And we don't necessarily have any power. And I'm still convinced, or I'm not convinced, that making money is necessarily the most important thing for each one of these shows. I feel like there's a lot of money laundering going on here. So,
no, you're right. Like, when you said hide numbers, it's not just their subscriber numbers, viewer numbers.
Right.
They're hiding also what things cost. Again, Amazon Studios, you know why they got into the Hollywood business? Because they're like, oh my gosh, here's a free way to launder money.
Right.
Right. So Amazon Studios also owns Amazon Events, and owns Amazon Rentals, and Amazon Locations, and Amazon insert word here that works with the industry. And if you've ever worked on a set like Shane and I have you ever been a part of that system, then you know there's actually like 100 small companies that are required for a production. There's props and craft services and security and locations and all these little companies that they hire, even companies that hire extras and casting. These are all companies that usually these smaller companies would work inside the system. And of course they have people they like, and they have their own people that they like. And so, you know, let's say James Cameron will hire the same 14 companies when he does his thing. But what they did now is they go, well, instead of hiring all these companies, we'll just acquire them or create our own. And then we can bill Amazon Studios. So Amazon Craft Services will bill Amazon Studios $1 million for all the craft services for that 3 weeks of shooting. And so Amazon Studios pays Amazon Craft Services $1 million, but they're owned by the same company. The actual cost was like $40,000, right? And now Amazon can say they spent $1 million on craft services, but in reality, they just paid themselves. And this is all completely legal. And they do it for every company. And next thing you know, now Rings of Power costs $2 billion. And they go and they write it off on their taxes. And all the money that they would have had to pay in taxes is now been written off because they took a loss. A loss. When in reality, they didn't take a loss. And all of us people that are out there screaming about how bad Rings of Power is, how is this $2 billion? This looks like trash. They can go see why it was a loss. The toxic fans.
Right. And so that's when corporations took over Hollywood, they knew how to do this. Studios were pretty stupid back in the day. And you had a lot of independent people who didn't really, they were doing some of this stuff, but it was harder to be transparent. You were more transparent back then. Today, it's just, anyways, we can do this forever.
The new non-profit scam is I'm going to make a movie or TV show scam. So back in the day, people were like, look, I'm going to start a religion. It's going to be called Star Trek: The Religion. I'm not going to pay taxes. I'm not going to pay property taxes.
I did that one.
And we're not going to do we're going to save money on these taxes. But they're like, well, hold on. We could save money on personal taxes. We could save money on sales taxes. We could save money across the board. We can never pay tax again. Never again. And all the actors and the people that we promised back end, we can just never pay them. We can get them to work for peanuts because they're going to make back end. And in the past, back end was a big deal. You can get paid this much money or a smaller amount, but also royalties forever because you have back end on this movie or TV show. And when it gets syndication, you are just set for life. But that's not a thing anymore. And when every show loses money, and there is no syndication, then when these mythical back end deals are garbage now. So they figured out the best way to save money and not have to pay people, not have to pay investors, not have to pay the companies back that financed the film or the actors that had back end or the directors or executive producers or whatever. And they figured it out. And I think that Stargate has fallen into the same trap. They figured out that Stargate is not won't be as profitable to them as a new IP or as RoboCop. Or as a write-off, because even if we don't like the new Stargate, like let's say we all loved it, is it as profitable if we love it? Is if we hate it? Is it as profitable as if we love it, or if they got a few more people to buy into Prime that wouldn't have because of this new DIEI woke direction. And they can write everything off. It's like they're playing the long game. And I think Stargate and other shows and other movies have fallen victim to this sort of long game, tax write-off, new audience trap that they're profiting from, and we're all failing from because we can't get the stuff we want.
Yeah, I think you're right. You give me an idea that I'll do the podcast live craft service going forward, and I'll bill you and Shane.
Right.
And then we'll work out a tidy little tax break system.
And I'll be the Podcast Brothers Unleashed trailer house.
But I hate to break it to you guys, you have to have money coming in.
Right. It doesn't work unless you make I do think
fatal flaw there.
A lot of these new shows are just victim to that. The Scrubs reboot that came out. It was pretty good. It was very much very much like Scrubs. It had the humor. Like they definitely pushed the envelope like they did in the past. Like they weren't afraid to make a Scrubs show. Very cool. It wasn't preachy. And you wonder, this thing was well received. People generally liked this. Most people liked it. It was well received. It was it's hard to do a revival and be well received because people expect the old stuff. But you got to give them the old stuff while introducing new. It's a difficult process. And
I used to think that it was like these people were just out of touch. I just honestly think that there's a formula. Right. I think somebody figured out a formula to make more money, and it includes screwing over a bunch of fan bases.
Well, yeah. So they're not going to make a season. From what I heard, there's no season 2 of the new Scrubs revival, and you got to ask why.
Mad.
It got great ratings, great buzz, a huge fan, huge social interaction. Well, I don't think it didn't actually make money. No matter how much it was good, it didn't actually make money. And there's not many ads. Yeah,
they got them all. We collected all the subscribers.
Yeah, we collected the subscribers. We don't have to keep paying these legacy actors all this extra money for this now. We can move on to the next thing that will get us more subscribers. And we need to go back to ads. We need more ads because it needs to be about how many people are watching and not how many people are permanently subscribed to your stupid service.
Well, and I'm convinced. Well, they also need to make it a legal requirement that they have to post their numbers. Like they have to post their viewership numbers. We used to have Nielsen, which is harder for Nielsen to do what they used to do now. But imagine this. Imagine I truly believe this is the case. I don't think it takes 3 years to create a new season of 8-episode television. Okay. No. I think what happens is I think this is intentional. I think they want it to take 3 years so that they get everybody to come back in and rewatch the first 2 seasons of something, right? Yeah. Before they get their new season. I think this is all intentional.
Right.
There's no way that it takes this long to do 8 episodes of television.
Oh no, that actually makes a lot of sense. Like, we're doing a revival. There's 8 new episodes of this of Scrubs 2026.
Exactly.
Now everyone comes back to Disney Plus or Hulu or whatever to watch like the first six seasons because there is no last season of the original Scrubs. Just right. But they go and watch it, and they get them for 2 months, 3 months. While they talk about
subscribers.
And they get.
What I don't get with that is the bigger picture, though, because these streaming services, they're losing money. They're still losing money. So in the grand scheme of it, you might get them back to watch those seasons again.
Yeah, they're not
Disney Plus.
But are they losing
I
money?
don't think they are, bro. See, there's a tiny minority of people that are like, I'm canceling my service, and they actually do it. Rest of people are like, good for you.
Too much work.
I can't do that. I have
too
kids.
Much work to cancel.
No, I think the vast majority of people are like, hey, good for you. I'm glad you canceled your service. I'm keeping mine though because I really like watching, Dancing with the Stars.
I've got it because I want to see Vision Quest. That's where they got me.
Yeah, I have Disney Plus because it's the one streaming service where I actually feel like I get something for my money. Because there's enough, because of their connection to Max and Hulu and all their content. Like there's a lot of stuff on there, legacy and new, that me and my family can watch. And so even though I'm always mad at Disney, I'm still in the negative of my stock with them, and I hate what they've done with a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm watching right now What We Do in the Shadows again, and freaking love it. You can't watch it anywhere else. So they have a lot of stuff you can binge watch for, and they have stuff coming up. So
can I add something about Disney Plus, which is a little side thing, but you've just made me remember it, which is just showing how shit Doctor Who became. Mm-hmm. They did a spin-off called The War Between the Land and the Sea that aired in January in the UK, and Disney still haven't put it out on Disney Plus.
Oh, really?
It's just gone. So that shows where they pulled out of the deal, that they just haven't bothered even putting it on their streaming service. It's that bad.
So I just to wrap up this, I do believe.
One other thing before you wrap it up, one other thing to take into consideration is that, like, so for John, you don't have a family, so you kind of think about streaming services from your own point of view, and Brian, you don't care about your family. So for my family, here's what you'll understand why I say that right now. So I'm constantly being bombarded. I have 5 kids. Okay. Mm-hmm. And yes, I pay for my adults' kids to watch my streaming services. Okay. But here's the thing. I'm tired of hey, Dad, how come I can't log into Disney Plus? Hey, Dad, how come I can't get HBO Max? Hey, Dad, because I'm constantly canceling them, and they're constantly like, well, I'm watching this show on here. So I get so tired of it that I'm just like,
eternal battle.
I'm not canceling any of my services. Right. And Brian, I'm saying you don't care if your kids ask. You're going to continue to do it. That's
yeah. So when I cancel something, they go, "Hey, why isn't Peacock working?" I go, "Because Peacock sucks."
Yeah, that's the difference. That's the difference.
Why can't I log into Paramount? Because Paramount is garbage. Well, I want to watch. Open up Plex. I already downloaded it off the internet.
Yeah. I just got an image of Brian there with the family, and they're about to get the remote control. And he goes, "Don't you dare touch that control! Don't you dare!"
To be fair, I also run a Plex server. I have so much content that if my kids really want to find something to watch, they're gonna find something to watch, regardless of whether I have Peacock or not. So
yeah, I'm at the mercy of the streaming service. So anyways, go ahead and wrap up what you're saying.
So I think that Stargate, like other things, has fallen victim to the litany of the problems that we've all talked about in this segment. And I think the biggest problem that it fell victim to was searching for the mythical younger audience. And I blame Netflix, not just because that Blair Fetter guy, stupid name. Bro, you have a woman's name. What are you doing?
Worst name.
It's the worst name, bro. You might as well be called
either a
Darth
woman's name
Fetter
or a really rich kid.
Yeah, it's either a woman's name or a douchebag's name.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Well,
Spaceballs name. That's
I blame Netflix because
Sorry,
not just
everyone
because
named
Blair
Blair out
Fetter
there.
came from Netflix, but because Netflix broke into the model and they disrupted the industry to the degree that showed most corporations not only do we not need the validation of fans, their eyes and their viewing, we don't need to pay all the smaller companies, the tent poles, the pillars that hold up the movie industry. We can do this all on our own, hide every penny, cook every book, and our only goal is to maintain subscribers. We don't even need to maintain subscriber growth. We just have to maintain subscribers. And the algorithm says this.
Well, they got to show growth, though.
Right, they have to show growth. But if algorithms show this, and massive growth is not good for them.
No, and they will not show massive growth. And they learned that early on. Disney learned early on when they weren't, they were rewarded and they brought in more massive growth. And they're like, yeah, we're not so sure we believe you. So they ended up, now it's all very slow growth.
Everything's cooked. So this is what they do. And I want to finish this up. They don't need your eyes. They don't need your clicks. They don't need your ad revenue. They just need enough people to maintain their subscriptions, and a few more people coming in. They need a little bit coming in, trickling in to raise up the subscription count, and the people to maintain what they already have. Because here's the math. Let's say you have $100, and it costs you $20 to maintain your business. How much money do you have left afterwards, Shane? $80. Now it costs you another $10 to expand that business to hopefully make $105. Well, is that $105 going to stick afterwards? It's going to cost you another $10. Well, now you're losing a little bit of money, but in 1 year, if you've managed to maintain that, now you don't have to spend that $10. It's super simple. They just need to make more money than they're spending, like any business. And no longer is this business dependent on viewing. It's only dependent on people not canceling their memberships.
Yes. So here's a really basic way, and Brian did a really good job explaining it. Imagine you're walking through a mall. Okay, streaming services are what's pretty in the window. Their only job is to get you to come inside and look around. So what they're doing is, with all these new shows and the constant canceling after a couple seasons and throwing up something new and throwing new shit against the wall constantly, is just getting someone to step inside the store. Mm-hmm. Then they've won. Doesn't matter if you buy anything, at least not there, because you can't look at everything. Right. If you want to watch one thing, you got to pay for it. So it's like window dressing, and look at the shiny thing here. Look at the shiny thing.
It's a mall that you have to pay to get in.
Right. There's no substance behind it.
So it doesn't matter if you buy something when you get in there, as long as you paid to get in.
As long as you paid to get in.
Right. Yeah. It's a club you have to pay to get into. You don't have to buy a drink if you don't want to, but you still pay to get in. Yeah. And so. Does that mean, and we were going to talk about this last week, but we ran out of time. Plus, it was a weird thing because I was in Palm Desert. But does that mean is the death of TV? Honestly, I do believe that we've crossed into the death of television, and
it's becoming something else.
And at one point, this is a couple of years ago, Shane said, "Well, if radio killed, if video killed the radio star, then streaming killed the television star."
Agreed.
And what's left? What's left is still movies, because theaters still exist.
Barely. Thank God for 2026.
Right. Because I think that the art or the need for people to gather together to enjoy something is never going to go away. There's a reason why we have concerts and churches and and we always have something. Even if people, even introverts, if sometimes want to get together and gather to enjoy something together, that community is never going to go away. And I think that movies, at least in some way, the live movie ship will never go away.
Yeah,
But
I hope you're right.
But because of the industry, I do believe streaming has killed television. And not only will it never be the same, but we might never get what we want. I think we've reached the end of the 15 season TV shows.
Oh, it's done.
10 season, 6 season. Dude, I think we reached the end of the 5 season TV shows. I think that they know that
3 season max.
Once they get to 3 seasons, they cannot do any more, because it doesn't make any sense to continually pay the same cast and crew for something that's already gotten as many subscribers as it can get.
Right. No, it's
and then
it's
they'll
really
just
well said.
reboot it in 2 years' time with a completely new, younger cast with cheaper.
No, well, yeah, it'll be something completely different. But you know what?
Spin-off.
It'll be the Librarians, the next chapter.
Right.
Because
exactly.
that just came out recently, and I'm like, what is this? This is so low budget, normal. They don't care. TBS or TNT, wherever it's at, they just want you to sign up.
Well, and like you said earlier, you can blame Netflix for all of this, because they're the ones who came in with the cheap ass TV shows that the young people are glued to the screen to watch.
Yep.
So
you know what? At some point, we're gonna have to turn that hashtag from hashtag Save Stargate to hashtag Rest in Peace TV.
It's true.
Broken TV emoji. There you go.
All right, moving on from that topic, that turned into a topic. I didn't know how I was going to turn it.
Thank you, Fancheer. That was all your fault, and we appreciate it.
This is all you, man. He said, Fancheer, she did specify, Lowell, end of watch party, not end of Save Stargate. Okay, thank you.
And so there is looks like every Tuesday they do have the Stargate watch party, or at least, yes, every Tuesday they have the Stargate watch party. If you go to savestargate.com/events, it does have, they do the watch party every Tuesday. So,
and we do a watch party every Sunday.
That's
at
right.
12:30 p.m. PST on John's channel at Sci-Fi Chronicles 79. Link is in the description.
You better get in there, because it's damn good fun.
Oh,
We're
it's
talking
so
about quality
fun.
sci-fi, everybody.
Yeah, quality
Sci-fi.
sci-fi, and none of us wear pants. Not a single moment. We're all completely naked from the waist down.
We are, and
Yep.
it's a freaky Sunday night.
Listen, some people just say
what we
that
do.
as a joke. We live it.
Yeah. And Brian eats. while
Shane's
he's
not
doing
wearing
that.
pants
He gets
right
food
now.
and sauce everywhere. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm just covered in marinara. Marinara and ranch.
Yeah.
Also, man, your message is not disappeared under recent versus relative. Oh, that's true. What'd you say, Jordan?
I was just going to say, yeah, and you go, right, I need to clean myself out. Where's that dog?
Gross. Oh, God. No,
thank you,
Marshmallow,
Fancheer, for all
no.
the super chats.
Yeah, thank you, Fancheer.
And yeah, he said that, or she said that under $2. Do you know if Fancheer's a boy or girl? Because you keep saying
It's
he
a
or
woman.
she.
It's a woman.
Oh, well, then she. Thank you, ma'am. A lot of tax breaks, etc. for Umbrella Corps. 100% true. Umbrella Corps. There's a reason why corporations exist, is to protect people and their money.
Yeah, I remember when Trump was running the second time. It was like, he's just going to get in there to feed his corpo friends. I'm like, maybe, but
Maybe,
but they've all done it. They've all done
he's
it.
the only one I've ever heard. He's the only person I've ever heard actually say, "I just took advantage of the law."
Right.
Right? It's like, if you want me to pay more taxes, change the law.
Right. Yeah, that's
Right,
so
right.
true. He's the only. They've all done it, and then they act like they don't. He's the only
Right.
one that was like, "Nah, guys, hold up. I just did exactly what the law allowed me to do. If it's a problem, change the rules."
It's true.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's that. You know what? Dave Chappelle said it best. He goes. He's like, love or hate Donald Trump. I'm gonna try to do his voice, but it's not gonna work. Love or hate Donald Trump. That mother came out, and he came out the house party. House party got Nancy Pelosi and Bill Clinton and all these rich a-holes. And he breathes a little hard. He comes out and he goes, "Yeah, we're having a party in there. Yeah, it's corrupt as hell. I'm gonna go back in." And love him or hate him, at least he's an honest dude. And when he said that, I was like, this guy hates Trump, but he's got a really good point. Like, Trump was the first guy that came out, and he's like, yeah, everyone in here is stealing money, breaking the rules, but he's just doing what everyone else is doing. If you have a problem with it, change the rules. It's true.
Everybody wants to pretend they're not all corrupt, but they're all corrupt.
Yeah. Fan cheer for $2. Shane, we need numbers. We need ad-free extra.
Ad-free extra money.
Yeah. Someone, I forgot what it was. I think it was Anthony said, Brian can explain how we can avoid watching ads. I can. There's a lot of ways, guys. Ad block, keep streams. There's a lot of ways to legally do it. Not illegally. Legally do it. I'm just saying. If you want to break, if you want to
see, and you too, Brian, can be just like Trump and break the law by following the law. Break the rules by following the law.
Yeah, listen. I got a laptop, ad blocker, no script, VPN, pirates for life. Ooh, I didn't say pirates. I didn't mean to say that word. So that's a word that YouTube will just cancel a stream for. High seas. Arrgh.
Arrgh.
But even if you don't want to go I'm not even gonna say black route, because in my opinion, piracy is now more of a gray thing. Because when they said, and I quote, buying isn't owning, when they decided to take what you purchased on your digital library and just remove your ability to view or download those things. Not just, when I say they, Amazon, not just PlayStation, Amazon, iTunes, Fandango. The only company that's never done it is it's called V something. It's a Vidu. Vidu.
Oh, Vidu,
yeah. That's the only company that's never taken something you purchased and removed it from your library, partly because they're connected to Ultraviolet and the studios. So when you buy it, you're actually buying a physical copy. You're just not getting the physical copy. But the thing is, every other service has had scandal and news articles about how they removed content that you paid for. And it's happened to me. I bought Final Space.
Same.
And they took Final Space away after I purchased it. Did they give me the money back? No. I bought Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and they removed episodes because they said it was controversial. First off, I don't care. Why are you taking away something I purchased? That's not okay. So if buying isn't owning, then pirating isn't theft.
Yeah.
Okay, and this is the de-evolution of our society.
Sorry,
all right, here we go.
I'm just saying, if you buy something and you don't own it, then if you borrow it, you're not stealing it.
And if you make me check myself out at the grocery store, I'm entitled to at least 2 free items.
You always do that. I said that one time.
It blew my mind, dude.
Hold
on.
One of them was a TV, Shane. One of them was a TV.
I'm going to defend myself.
Didn't say which 2 items, John.
If I'm doing all the work and you're not paying me, when do I get my employee discount?
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. You got to take your 10%, I guess. Yeah.
Right. So if I spent $300 on groceries, that's $30 I'm entitled to.
Yeah.
So I'm stealing the $300 TV. I'm just saying.
That's the problem.
I'm just look, if I'm scanning, I just scan really quickly, and every once in a while, if like the pepper doesn't completely make it through, I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it.
You know, I used to complain like to the employees there, like I mean, this whole self-checkout is so dumb. Like, you know, wouldn't you rather be like checking me out? And she's like, no, not really. And I'm like, listen, I'm trying to save your job, okay?
Right.
It's gone soon.
Yeah, because right now, it used to take 6 people to run these 6 checkout lanes, and now it's one of you.
Now it's one of you.
And you're just looking at your phone while we're all stealing half the stuff we're purchasing.
Yeah, they don't even care.
I tell you what, our local supermarket, the self checkout, every time you go into it, you scan the item and the red light comes up at the top to say there's an error with it. And then you get what I call Bert comes over, you know, with his, you know, hasn't washed in 2 weeks. just comes over to you and he goes, you got to scan it for it to go through. I've scanned it, you right, that's it. Put a bag over his head and suffocate him for saying that. You know, it's just like, no, that's why there's a red light there. Do your little scanny thing. Let me go through. I hate them. I hate
John's
self-checkouts.
fantasizing about killing people, guys. This is the next step.
Yeah,
This is what illegal immigration has done to John.
I'm just saying, like a 99-cent pepper, it's okay to take when you spent $400. But this guy's like, I'm gonna murder the checkout guy. This is the problem. We go too far. There needs to be like an adequate response. Like if I'm angry about having to do my own work, and I happen to take something that's worth 22 cents, I don't feel bad about that. But murdering the checkout guy is not okay.
Look, I was in a rush. It was a chocolate bar. I needed to get somewhere. The red light came on.
He murdered someone over a $2 chocolate bar.
Yeah.
It's England, bro. There's different rules.
There was a sketch.
Just a wrapper on his head.
You guys remember the Amazon Go stores?
Oh, yeah. The short-lived Amazon Go?
Yeah. I think there might still be
shoplifting.
I think there might still be a couple of them.
That.
I think there might still be a couple of them, actually.
There's one in Seattle, I think.
Yeah.
Probably
but
not
basically,
in San
the way it
Francisco.
works is it uses NFC technology. And so
here we go.
Oh, no, I'm not telling you the way it works technically, you son of a bitch.
Square root of the...
No. It uses... No, stop. I'm not... It's not a Tony Stark explanation. But it uses it uses a magic chip on your phone.
Thank you. That's better.
And when you go in the store, it knows that Shane Montgomery went in the store.
This works for me.
And basically, when you go shopping, you pick something up, and the cameras and the barcodes and the NFCs, they just scans everything. It knows you picked it up. And you look at it, right? Now, if you put it back, it takes it out of your cart. But if you keep it in your hand or you put it in your bag or in your cart, it puts it in your digital cart, right?
Okay. All right.
And you walk to the store, and when you pick something up, it puts it in your cart. And if you put it back, it takes it out of your cart, your online cart. Literally, it's like you can see it on Amazon. And then when you get to the end, when you're done with everything, you walk out, and the sensors see your NFC phone leaving the store, and it automatically checks you out with your default payment method on Amazon.
Do you know what's sinister about that?
Oh, it's so many
about
things.
The future, about you walk in there. What if you go to see your doctor and your doctor says, right, I think you could do with losing a bit of weight, and basically it just says, right, this is your diet. So you go to buy it, and only the stores are like that, and they've got your medical details on your system as well, and it basically won't allow you to buy anything but a tomato.
That might actually benefit me. I'm down for that.
No. But
you
guys,
only get broccoli and chicken.
See, everyone assumes that they're just going to track your food purchases. No. They're tracking what you picked up and looked at too. How long you looked at it, whether or not you thought about it and put it back. And now they're targeting you for Breyer's ice cream constantly or whatever. Like this system is so sinister. And the reason they shut it down was, yes, because it didn't 100% work great, a lot of people stole a lot of stuff. That's true. But they didn't shut it down for that reason, because Amazon can lose money. They shut it down because they already did their test. Now they're going to implement something even worse, something even more
sinister.
Well, no, when I say sinister, it's going to be even more invasive. It's going to, they figured out, okay, how can we do this in the real world? Not just make money, but also make money on the data we're collecting out of every user. They're going to figure it out. And now with the advent or whatever, with delivery companies, they don't even need to have physical stores, because now they can see you looking at something on Instacart.
That's true.
And now they get even more data. Thing. It's really super sinister, actually.
You know, today's podcast is the Jerry Seinfeld of podcasts. It's literally a podcast about nothing today.
Sorry, Mexican Iron Man. We're going to move on to the next topic here soon.
It's been fun, but you know.
Mexican Iron Man for $10. By the way, welcome back, Mike. Haven't seen you for a bit. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you, buddy. We're going to go visit Mike next year, actually.
We are?
Well, my family and I are
I was like, we're all going together.
We're going to go to South Carolina next year. And I'm
flying over.
And we're going to see Mike. Yeah, John's coming. We didn't tell Shane. Shane's not invited.
I guess not.
But Mike was like, dude, when you come over here, bro, you can ride my ATVs or something like that. I forgot what it was. But he's a super accommodating, good guy. Anyways, he goes, breaking news. Popcast tells Gavin Newsom to kick rocks and board of directors vote to move Popcast Global HQ and studios to new facility in South Carolina. Yeah.
Yes, we all should do that.
Listen, it would be awesome. South Carolina is definitely on my list of places to flee to, for sure. South Carolina and Tennessee, and the only reason Tennessee's on the list is because that free gigabyte internet, dude. I was salivating
Tennessee recently. That. Tennessee's not bad, dude. Like of all the places I visited, Tennessee's pretty good. At least it was in June.
And they got that Google Fi where it's like or Google whatever it's Foo or Fi whatever. I might be being racist the way I'm saying it, but they have this service basically where you get a free gigabyte internet connection. Something that would cost like $600 a month here in California, you just get for free in Tennessee. So
nice. This sounds like free land from like the 1800s, but it's like not true. The Native Americans still own it.
I think it was like part of some it was part of some pilot program, and they just never shut it down. And again, Google can lose money. So
that's true.
Oh, of course, what's going to happen is the minute I decide to finally move there is the year they shut off the gigabyte program.
Right.
Fan cheer. They show growth 2 times a year promo subscription. Yeah.
That's right. When they report earnings,
right? Interesting. They just recently reported a bunch of earnings, and my stock in Amazon went haywire.
Amazon had a really good day,
dude. Yeah. The stock is crazy up right now. I was going to ask you about it. Like, should I sell? I got 20 shares of Amazon stock now, bro. Should I share it?
Listen, hold Amazon for the next 20 to 30 years if you want, or sell it. It's like one of those companies. Like if you were going to come into the stock market and buy a single company, frankly speaking, Amazon you could buy every day forever. Today it'll be worth more money in 5 years than it is today. It'll be worth more than 10.
Yeah.
Bye.
It's pretty much a guaranteed long-term investment.
That one in SpaceX.
I basically buy $2 of Amazon every day, and I've been doing that for like 5 years. $2 a day. $2 a day. $2 a day.
Amazon's going to be around for a long time.
Yeah. What's funny is that when COVID hit, I did the same thing with Disney, and they've never recovered.
That's everything changed. With Disney Plus coming out and everything happening, we thought that Disney was going to do something it should have done. It should have been successful, but we didn't realize what would happen with streaming, and so we got screwed.
Matthew McGee says, that's how my break room at work is too, Brian, what you are describing. Interesting. Yeah, my break room at work, I buy everything so I can take whatever I want.
Well said.
So you're the future Amazon store then, basically.
I'm just saying.
Yourself.
The only problem is I have to fight my kids for it first. Or I have a little refrigerator back here. I'm not sure you guys can see it. Right back here, little fridge. It's a little tiny fridge, and what I constantly do is when I get back from the grocery store, I take a few items that I know will be coveted, and I stash them in my fridge, bro.
Nice.
Is this actually your panic room?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. There is an actual digital lock. So there's 2 doors in this room. One door leads like to the hallway, and one leads to the front of the house. And I just permanently shut the one that leads to the hallway. Not only did I shut it, I took the doorknobs off, so no one can open up that door. It's now, and then after that I put a server rack up against that door. You're not going through that door. So there's only one door in and out now, and that door has a digital lock, and it's a heavy lock. We make a joke where, like, if I lose the combination or if the battery ever dies on the door and I can't get in, it's fine. I'll just bust through the door because the door is super flimsy and you can just walk through it if you're big enough.
You haven't got a lock on it, but you could like.
So I have like this big old heavy door, digital door lock, but the door itself can just be blown through, Okay.
What kind of show is this today?
I don't know. Let's do it. We're doing side quests, bro.
Today is side quest day.
All right, let's talk about End of Oak Street. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, we'll come back to the rest of these.
Yeah, we'll come back to these.
You guys for supporting the channel.
So yeah, I'm sorry. It might be a little weird show. I apologize, guys.
This is what happened. This is Spider-Man's fault, man. I'm telling you.
We're just trying to talk about anything but Spider-Man from me.
I just can't talk about Spider-Man. I've talked about it too much.
All right. Let's talk about End of Oak Street. It's coming up next week. We are super excited to watch it. And of course, we'll be doing our out of theater review on Thursday. Not only are we going to watch it, do the out of theater review, but you're going to see the article pop up on popcast.co before anyone else sees it. I mean, no, you'll probably see it first. But before anyone else posts, some people are going to probably post for us. Whatever.
If you subscribe,
if you subscribe, you'll see our written, thought out review, spoiler free. We're trying to do at least two reviews. One spoiler free and one spoiler talk, right?
Yeah, on
so
Saturdays.
It's going to go up on popcast.co right away. That's where we start news, reviews, and theories. But we're also going to do a live out-of-theater review for End of Oak Street on Thursday. So the final trailer dropped a couple weeks ago, and we have not watched it yet. And I was hoping that we can watch it and discuss our theories. And then also discuss whether or not, even though we're excited about it, is the general audience excited about dinosaur movies? Because like that one executive said about 2 years ago, when I believe it was a famous director that pitched a dinosaur movie, and basically the executive said, we can't do dinosaur movies because it's been done. And the guy was like, what do you mean? Jurassic Park, they did them. And so at this point, does Universal basically own the social right or the social space for dinosaur movies? Because no one wants to do dinosaur movies. And that leads me to the second thing before I watch the trailer, is when I finally did watch this trailer last year, I was a little taken back. I'm like, okay, so Hollywood doesn't want to make dinosaur movies, but here is a dinosaur movie, right? And it's by Warner Brothers, not Universal.
We're going to find out, because Warner Brothers, since they've been failing at so many things, we'll see if they fail at dinosaur movies as well.
I mean, they had a really good year last year, but this year has not been great.
Yeah, it's not been great this year.
Okay, so this is the End of Oak Street, the final trailer, End of Oak Street. Here we go. This tells me, just so you know, they're not alone in the neighborhood. Like these people don't know that something has changed. They're just going to work.
Yeah. The music itself gives it away.
Right? Yeah.
Like here's the thing though. If I'm a director, this is what's funny. Like they're like, oh, you know what? Let's have her sing the Flintstones right now. That would be so right? Wouldn't that be cool? You know how movie makers are, right? They're like, let's have them sing. Yeah, okay. We can pay for that. It's old. Okay, good.
Yeah. Wouldn't that be interesting? Yeah. No Zoomer even knows what she's singing.
No idea.
Yeah. Right. It's only like 35 and up knows what the hell that is. Like, that's so rad.
Yeah.
Sorry. I gotta stop it there because that's
awesome. She's Neighborhood Watch.
I love this too. Like someone showed this clip on TikTok, and the very classic comment was like, "Did she survive?" For some reason, every time you see like a tragedy, someone has to ask if someone survived it, even though there's no way that person survived it. And I remember looking at that, just laughing my butt off, because I'm not even sure if that person's being ironic or telling a joke.
They're always being ironic, bro.
Or if they genuinely want to know if that was a real clip, because no one knows anymore if anything's real. This is me. So the neighborhood, like the bus has been cut off, right? It looks like the entire thing was basically like scooped up out of the earth.
It's like an alien.
Right, some alien, and we don't even know exactly what happened, but like some alien or whatever scooped up the neighborhood. Brainiac scooped up the neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly.
And shot it back in time, a couple million years, and dropped it there. Well, you see how tall, giant and big the tree is, but you see the edge of the neighborhood. And my question is, how did the dinosaurs get into the neighborhood if it's so tall?
There must be a lower side on the other side.
Is that what it is?
It's an escalator.
Trees. I don't. You know what's interesting is Stephen King already did this movie. It's called Under the Dome. So in La Brea. So it's interesting. I'm very curious to know how different this is going to be, because I feel like I've seen this before, but yet it is a different idea. Anyways, go ahead.
We'll get into that. And you keep bringing up La Brea like it's some kind of like award-winning
It's
next
not.
level. It's not
At all. It's just unique to this idea, or it's like this idea. I mean, if you fall down a pit into the past, which is what happens in that show, I mean, right?
It's a cool concept. Very, 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 very poorly executed.
Agreed. Still on TV somehow.
It's not. No, it's been canceled.
Do you
right?
think you're? Do you think
No,
you're
I
going to have a scene? Do you think
No,
you're going to have a
definitely.
scene in this movie like The Ultimate Sacrifice, where someone goes off the edge with a dinosaur or something like that in this movie? I can see that happening.
If they do that, they
edge of
better
the
explain
dome.
how the damn dinosaurs got in the neighborhood. Then.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
exactly.
I'm sure they will. Actually, La Brea ended in 2020.
Yeah. I know. I was so sad to see it go. I'm being sarcastic. By the way, Ewan, we're asking the same question, which is why I'm so fascinated about this movie, is I want to know, how is it possible? And I'm not sure how they're going to tell us the whole story in 2.5 hours while also showing at least half that time them running from dinosaurs.
They're not. You know, there's no way they're going to tell you, right? Because they're going to set up a potential second movie, and if it doesn't make enough money, they're going to say, "Well, tough shit." There'll never be enough.
Don't tell me that. Point of driving, where are you going to go?
To the end of the street, to the end of Oak Street. That's why it's named the end of Oak Street.
Oh, okay. I'm really, I'm really curious too. Like we're just seeing him in
Drive the car at it.
low quality trailers now, but I am sort of curious as to how the dinosaurs are going to look on the big screen, because like Jurassic Park successfully did dinosaurs 30 years ago, and since then I have yet to see like really good dinosaurs on screen.
Well, that's because they actually used animatronics
Okay.
for a lot of it.
Left right now.
Yeah. He's got his boxes.
Great.
Greg, why are you talking while you're trying to climb up in?
Greg is screwed.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the end of Greg. That's a spoiler right there. Greg has been eaten. The next movie is starring whoever this actress is.
You know, I've said this before. I've said this before on a show we did it a few weeks ago where we talked about the initial like teaser for it.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like that Twilight Zone story.
Which one?
There's a Twilight Zone story where they find out there's a couple and they're in their neighborhood, and then they find out they're actually in it's like a giant alien model zoo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Alien Zoo, and we see that like repeated in like every TV show ever.
Yeah,
Right.
It's got something about that of me. I mean, again, I think it's got to be either some alien interference or there's a government, black ops project that's caused this. It's got to be something like that. Because like you say, the cutoff for the
It
dome
makes
is
sense
just-
because Stephen King's Under the Dome was basically alien children screwing around with ants.
I hated it so much. I hated the explanation so much. I remember I was watching it and I'm like, Shane, I'm watching Under the Dome. It's so cool. Have you seen this? And he goes, yes. He goes, I read the book. I'm like, okay, well, what is it?
You nailed me, bro. It was great.
I was like, what is the dome? He's like, you don't want to know. he said that to me. I'm like, no, I want to know. He goes, trust me, just watch the show. Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah.
He told me, like, you don't want to know. I'm like, is it aliens? He goes, something like that. And like, honestly, the alien kids thing, it sucked. It sucked all the mix.
Terrible at ending stories.
Oh, the horrible ending.
He's really
bro.
bad at it. Yeah, but the idea that aliens are like the alien, like in the Twilight Zone, like the alien zoo, right? So it's this form of. I mean, we're gonna find out. I really hope they don't do the alien thing here,
Right.
And make it like so they wanted to watch them like fight dinosaurs to see human beings like as a sport or something. Because, like we were saying earlier, my problem with this movie so far is, and the trailer has not helped me understand it, is this feels just like another Jurassic Park movie to me. Like it's human beings trying to get away from dinosaurs and survive. And I need something more than that in a dinosaur movie because I'm just tired of people running from dinosaurs.
Which is why I'm super excited to see it, because I really want to see what the explanation is. I want
Yes.
the sci-fi angle on how did this happen? How did they get there? How do they potentially get back? what the deal
mystery
is.
solving, right?
But I'm a little worried now that it's going to be a bad aliens shot a laser beam at the Earth. You know what's funny is I watched Happy Death Day and then Happy Death Day 2.
Good movies.
Great movies. And I have a question. How is it that Happy Death Day 2 somehow makes a sci-fi franchise by accident? And
Time travel.
And they do it so much better than other movies do it for some reason. These little low-budget movies end up becoming a little sci-fi franchise with an explanation that actually sort of adds up and makes sense and goes into alternate realities and time travel and the repeating day. And I really enjoyed it. But for some reason, Hollywood movies skip the fact that these are supposed to be science fiction. And they'll focus everything on the action thing. And the science fiction is just like the vehicle on which to get that character to do whatever they're doing. And not a mystery to solve. Happy Death Day, from the very first one, was this is a mystery to solve.
And people love a good mystery. You know, this movie here is considered the End of Oak Street is an upcoming American science fiction survival film. Okay, and it goes on to talk about after a mysterious cosmic event uproots Oak Street from suburbia and transports their neighborhood to a location with prehistoric creatures, the Platt family soon discovers that their survival depends on sticking together as they navigate their now unrecognizable surroundings. It could be more, and I hope it's more, but it sure feels like they're going to be bent on the action of surviving. And listen, the first Jurassic Park did it better than anybody else. The dinosaurs got out of the zoo. Run. I mean,
yeah.
That's it. And every single darn Jurassic Park World movie since then has been the exact same thing.
Right.
And I'm just saying, if you're going to do dinosaurs, Warner Brothers, you have to do it a little different. So please, I hope there's science fiction in this. Please, I hope there's mystery and there's something for us to solve. And please let it be something that's actually interesting. And I'm not just going to the theater for a dinosaur, smorgasbord.
Yeah. If there's no answer or nothing at the end of it to say there was something sinister going on, they just survive it. And then it end credits, it finishes with, oh, well, we're stuck here now. We'll just have to make a life for ourselves. That'll be really disappointing.
Yeah.
You want something to come out of it like, okay, something strange has gone on. And like you say, there's a trail of breadcrumbs that they're following that leads them to something sinister. From there, you can always lead on in another movie from that point, can't you? If you want to,
sure.
People are engaged.
Yeah, okay. So if it's like a cosmic event, what if they find another neighborhood or a base? Yeah. Like if the
it's not the first time,
right? The exploration of their new era leads them more and more into the mystery. Like that's what I need to see.
Yes,
it needs to be like something to solve with a fascinating premise. And if it's just, hey, the dinosaurs got out of the cages, run, I'm done with that.
Well, let me give you a positive why maybe it's going to be better than that. So what I've seen so far doesn't give me any confidence. But the director is David Robert Mitchell. Now, you've probably never heard of him because he hasn't done a whole lot. But one movie he has done is a movie called It Follows. It's a horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
And of all the horror movies I have ever seen, it's one of the few movies that always comes back to me as being, wow, that was a really interesting horror movie.
Right.
Like weird, freaked me out, and was different.
I spent a lot of time thinking about how I would survive the It monster.
Okay, yeah, exactly. I did too. Like, what would I do? Where
fly from coast to coast?
Yeah,
put a alarm on your watch on how when you have to leave. Like, would you transfer it if you wanted to live with the curse? How would you live with it until you died?
Right. It's very intriguing idea. Now, after that, in 2018, he did a movie called Under the Silver Lake, which was a black comedy thriller. It was an interesting movie, but it wasn't really popular. And it was a mystery investigation. So he hasn't done a movie since 2018, which I find very interesting. And now he's come out with this, The End of Oak Street, which he not only directs, but he wrote and he produced, which he also did for It Follows and Under the Silver Lake. So the silver lining here might be that this is going to be unexpectedly good, and they're just showing audiences what they think we need to see to get us in the theater. They think we want to see Jurassic Park, and that will get us there. They might not be wrong for most people. We're different. We have, we're cinephiles, right? And maybe we want to see more than just dinosaurs chasing people, but they might be right. But hopefully when we get there, we get this David Robert Mitchell surprise like we did with It Follows.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's entirely possible. We're witnessing the start of a new good creative, a new Hollywood a player. I hope that's the case.
It would be great.
Yeah.
By the way, when I was talking about Jurassic Park opening, the dinosaurs got outrun. Jurassic Park was more than that. There was also like this fascination
to it,
and the science.
Yeah.
But
Michael Crichton.
Right, but after Jurassic Park, that's when it pretty much became the same premise every time.
Yeah.
We're gonna make a park for dinosaurs. Oh no, the dinosaurs unexpectedly got out again. Run away. Come back 5 years later. Open up a new park with new dinosaurs. Okay, we get it.
Now they're all part of our world now, and we can live in peace with them, even though they will kill us within moments if they got anywhere near us.
The Jurassic World Rebirth, like it showed like a world where dinosaurs are common now, and I'm like, I don't even understand.
How?
First off, like let's say we brought dinosaurs back and they were on an island and they got off, it would still take hundreds of years before a regular person in New York would happen to see one. They don't breed like rabbits, guys. It's like these are giant things. I don't know.
Humans would kill them.
Okay? Yeah, immediately.
First, immediately, humans would be like, "Oh, okay, yes, I'm going to kill these things because for sport, for whatever."
Oh yeah,
blubber.
Yeah. Trump would be like, "Nuke it." right away. Right. Nuke that island.
It wouldn't last. But what's interesting is that that famous line, it's kind of like they went and ran with it. It's the Jeff Goldblum line, life finds a way, right?
Yeah.
That became like the premise of all the movies.
Which isn't even what Chaos Theory is about, by the way. So,
but
like read the book Chaos Theory. It's not like that. That's not even what the book's about. So, anyways.
Yeah. So I mean, even the Jurassic World Park movies aren't sure what they want to do. Gareth Edwards, I mean, news just came out this week, which is ironic to this, is that Gareth Edwards, who made Jurassic World Rebirth, was set to make the next movie continuing the Scarlett Johansson storyline and all that stuff. But over creative differences, he's no longer on the film.
All right, we'll talk about that next, but let's wrap this up.
We are going to talk about it. Okay.
If you are interested in End of Oak Street and you want to see our out of theater review, come back next Thursday around 6 o'clock to get that. And of course, follow us.
Later than that.
A little bit later. Sorry, a little later than that this week.
I'm seeing it later.
8 o'clock or whatever.
Yeah.
That night. And follow our review on podcast.co where we post all the latest reviews and news. But let us know what you guys think. Are you watching The End of Oak Street in theaters? Let us know in the comments in the chat. Or are you going to wait for your Popcast brothers to tell you if it's worth the time or not?
We'll tell you.
We'll let you know next Thursday. Okay.
Oh, and while we're in between here, if you guys aren't following us on X, Twitter, why can't I just call it X? I just feel like I can't just call it X.
Yes.
I'm coughing my lungs out. I'll be right back.
You go to tweet. That's why.
It's because it's a tweet. It'll never be a post. It's just not special enough. Posts have been around forever, right? You've been posting to boards forever. Twitter made it a tweet. And it's impossible to get away from that. Listen, if you guys are on X and you're not following us, please do so. We are, along with the website, and we are trying to be more active there and bring more stuff there. So that might be fun to actually get it there. And of course, Brian's not here to say what we are, but it is, I believe, Popcast Guys. X.com/Popcast Guys. Please follow us there. And good content coming out there. And what's really interesting, this is funny, John. I don't know, you probably read most of our tweet posts, and you can tell when it's Brian and when it's me, right? You can tell the difference.
Oh, I can. Oh,
okay, you can, right?
Yeah.
Can I guys tell you that it drives me crazy when Brian posts something, right? And I'm like, he'll post it and I'll be like, bro, that is not how I feel about that situation, right?
Do you know what?
Sure he does the same thing with me.
Yeah, you know what? Every single post that goes out from podcast, I'm always like, yeah, there's a conversation going on behind the scenes right now.
I'm like, dude, why'd you say that? Well, I almost want to be like, let's put our initials at the end of every time we post like our opinion about something, because Brian and I's opinions are so different sometimes that I'm like, but we're one group here, so that's the way it is. Let's go ahead and do some super chats while Brian is out. Let's see, from Fan Cheered for $5. Yes, Man Cave though for Popcast. So as ladies, we leave you to it. Watch archive. Why we do Monday SG1? Okay, Tuesday SGA watch parties on Save the Gate YouTube. Thank you so much, Fan Cheered, and thank you for clarifying that. Look, we would love to have more ladies. We have some awesome ladies watching the show, so. If for the ladies out there, we love you. Thank you for watching and supporting us. So Monday they are doing the rewatch of SG1, and on Tuesdays is Stargate Atlantis. So make sure you guys check that out.
I think Jeff from Sons and Shadows does too, right?
Is he on Mondays, Tuesdays?
No, he's on Thursdays, I think.
Thursdays, right? Listen, if you want to watch Stargate, it's all week long.
You can literally watch it all. Like there's a channel doing it almost every day. But we own Sundays. So don't touch it.
Don't touch it. And also for ours. We do ad-free streaming by paying for no ads. Oh, so ad-free streaming if you watch Stargate with them.
Okay.
And wait, how do you stream it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
How are they streaming it? Like Discord or something?
Share your secrets with us. And
Thank
Fan Cheered also here. Voodoo was bought out by Fandango. We purchased on it.
Oh, okay. So that's the one I'm talking about. Voodoo.
Yeah.
So if you bought on Voodoo/Fandango, you will not lose your purchase because you're not buying a license. Technically, you're buying an ultraviolet code or whatever. So basically, you're buying a physical copy, but it comes in digital form. So it's a different system. But most of these services where you buy something, like say Amazon, Google, iTunes, whatever, you're not actually buying something. You're buying a perpetual license that can be taken away from you.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
At any moment. So you're buying a license that you think will be forever, but at any moment, if they lose the rights to it, you do too. Or if they think for social justice reasons that showing Mac in blackface on Always Sunny is not okay, they just take it out of your library. I'm still pissed about that. It's a funny episode, man.
But then they did that with Disney did that with Simpsons, though, didn't they? They started chopping stuff out of that.
I want to highlight a comment here by Monkey Jeebus that is probably the most accurate thing I've seen in a long time. Shane is Fred Flintstone and Brian is Barney Rubble. If you know,
I'm not Bam Bam.
and you're Bam Bam. Let me tell you something. That is so accurate, Monkey Jeebus. Like if you know the relationship between Fred and Barney, that is almost spot on, dude. Well said.
Plus, my wife's a hot brunette.
Mine is a hot brunette as well, though.
So it doesn't work, you know. You need
we're not talking about our wives. It's
Please have your wife dye her hair red so it works.
Mine's got a puncher.
Bam, 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 bam.
I guess I haven't seen Flintstones in a long time, so I don't really get it.
I mean, I grew up with the cartoon, of course, because I'm old, and but Fred is kind of like I am a little bit serious, and Barney's a little more lighthearted, right? And so I think our personalities actually match a little bit, and our relationship, because Fred's the older. They're not brothers, but Fred would be the older brother. Yeah. If they were brothers.
And Brian's like, calm down, Fred. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, exactly. It's okay, Fred. You're going to hurt yourself.
Barney looks like he's just like, Barney's like on the weeds like 24/7, isn't he? He's just so chilled.
Yeah, Barney is pretty chill.
Barney's chill.
All right. Yeah, Fangier. I see. That's one. That's the super chat you're talking about. I can see it. All right, let's move on. Yeah, let's briefly talk about Jurassic World thing. So with Jurassic World Rebirth 2, and by the way, we're running out of words here. At what point do we just call this Jurassic 5, Jurassic 6, Jurassic 7? Because now we're on Jurassic World Reboot, the sequel. It lost its director. But why? Why would it lose its director? And I haven't even heard of a writer being attached to this yet. So is there a script? I'm confused.
Yeah. Well, so David Cope was the original, wrote the original Jurassic World Rebirth script. And so he was actually, that writer is supposed to come back for the 8th installment.
So he's the reason why we got like 25 minutes of a family on the ocean for no reason. He's the reason why they brought the stupid boyfriend along that you wanted the dinosaur to kill from the first scene he showed up, but somehow he's the only one who survived. He's the reason every human on that movie made the most stupid decision after stupid decision after stupid decision. He's the reason why the only smart guy, which was the father, was emasculated and berated by not just his family, but every person he ran into. He's the reason why Scarlett Johansson didn't take her top off.
Well, I would say Hollywood is not letting most of them take their tops off.
That movie sucked,
even
bro.
Nose would stop for that.
And when I say movie sucked, the direction didn't suck. The cinematography didn't suck.
That's
the
true.
graphics didn't suck. What sucked about that movie was the story. It was a bad story. They spent way too much time on characters no one cared about, and the humans were the dumbest characters in the entire movie. I have never watched a movie where I rooted for the monster more than that movie.
Guys, let me tell you something. There's a thread here with David Cope. Let me tell you some of the great movies that David Cope left us. You ready? David Cope left us Disclosure Day. He did the screenplay.
Oh my God! Oh, this guy.
Wait. He also did the story for Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I think I need to go and find my happy place.
Oh my God! This guy sucks. How is he still working?
So those are his big movies. He also did the screenplay for 2017's The Mummy.
That sucked too.
Which sucked. So basically everything this dude has ever done has sucked.
Dude, imagine this. Imagine you're a writer and you're like, dude, we're writing a remake of The Mummy starring Tom freaking Cruise. Shane, first off, Shane would have an erection the minute you said Tom Cruise. And if you gave Shane the ability to write that movie, he would kill himself to make the best story possible. But then you wrote a movie and it failed. And then they're like, wait, don't worry. We're going to give you a Harrison Ford revival of Indiana Jones. Oh, awesome. Yeah. Another great chance to make a great movie, and you fail. Wait, a couple years later, Steven Spielberg, I need you to write me my magnum opus. And you fail. What?
But there's a reason why, though. Because he also was the original screenplay for Jurassic Park. So this guy's been around a long time, and he did have a lot of wins back in the day. It's just when the studio system changed, he changed his writing style to continue. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this is the same guy who did, Toy Soldiers. He did Carlito's Way. Good. He did Jurassic Park, The Paper, Mission Impossible. Okay,
yeah. So he used to be great.
Spider-Man, the original Spider-Man movie from 2002.
So he used to be really great.
He used to be great. He even did Zathura. So
that was the Jumanji, the real sequel to Jumanji, right?
That was yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And but he's also responsible for Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, which it can be argued who was the problem.
So he got older and older, and he fell out of touch with.
He did the Jack Ryan stuff. So, but if you take a really good look, right after this woke weirdness started taking over Hollywood, his movies started changing. And, you can start out, probably with Inferno in 2016, The Mummy in 2017, Dial of Destiny in 23, Rebirth in 25, and now Disclosure Day this year. And he's penning the next Jurassic movie. So, warning, guys, it's probably going to suck.
Can I just say?
So I'm sorry.
Is it Hollywood, where it's the only industry in the world where you continually fail, but you still keep getting the gigs? Because in my industry, you have 2 failures, like big failures, you're done. It's just amazing how they just keep getting the gigs for these things.
I don't know. I'm not even sure now, though, we should blame this guy. I'm starting to think that it might not be. What's his name again?
David Cope.
I don't know if it's David's fault. Hold up.
Do you think it's a template?
No. I think Shane's onto something with the sort of woke era of Hollywood, where it might be that they're forcing a writer's room sort of crafting
on them. Yeah.
Right? So maybe this guy is the accredited writer. Like when you watch an episode of TV, this writer will be the accredited writer. But also there's a writing room that has the mandatory black, gay, trans, female, whatever. And
there's definitely pressure on these writers to include things. And there are, a lot of this stuff isn't just him. I mean, I can promise you that Steven Spielberg, it was his idea for Disclosure Day. Like Steven Spielberg this is the type of movie he wanted to make. Steven typically will write out, a treatment, right? And then he'll have somebody else do the screenplay, like he did for Close Encounters of the Third Kind and for other things. But so Spielberg owns part of this problem with Disclosure Day. David Cope, it's hard to know how much of it was changed, what parts were his ideas. But overall, it ends up being a bad story. Like you said, who came up with the idea to have this family at sea? To even include this extra family in the whole Jurassic Rebirth story.
Yeah, it's like they have to have a family with kids because Jurassic Park had a family with kids.
Right.
That's what I was saying. Though.
Who would take their family into the scary ocean?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Above it was like, is it somebody who's giving them the template before you even get to a writer's room and saying you've got to include all this stuff, off you go, and they have to shoehorn a lot of this stuff in to their script. That's where we are now, because you're right, because you're like having those kids in there, it's like, we've got to hit this dynamic, we've got to hit this, we've got to hit this, we've got to hit that. We've got to make sure all of these are included, and then it just dilutes the film.
So even if you have the included template, though, like whose idea was it to have the stupid boyfriend? And
right,
it's like, do we have to have like a stupid, arrogant character in every single one of these Jurassic Park movies? Is that part of the template? Like we have
if
to.
You want to see someone get eaten,
but they didn't eat him. They didn't eat him.
I know.
Like, his daughter is over there, like, dressed like a whore, and for some reason he allowed his underage daughter to bring her boyfriend. They're clearly having sex 5 feet away from him in this tiny boat. Who would do that? I don't know a single friend of mine that's a father that would ever allow even their grown daughter to bring their boyfriend on a vacation with them, and then he's emasculating him the entire time. I don't understand. I was so frustrated. I'm like, I hate this so much. Where are the dinosaurs?
Yeah, I mean, the question really is this: number one, the input I would give to whoever's making David, who's writing it, or whoever ends up directing it, is we don't need any more genetically altered final boss dinosaur for these movies anymore.
Oh yeah, stop it.
Those are irritating me because I can't tell what the difference is between T-Rex
and Rancor.
Latest Rancor.
Yeah, it's like Well, I think it was called like a D-Rex or something, like D-Rex.
It's weird.
Guys, first up, you guys, if you have a T-Rex, don't use a letter that rhymes with T. It's confusing. I know it's a different letter, but it's you're saying.
Yeah, but
when people talk about it, they're like D-Rex. You mean T-Rex? No, D-Rex. Well, you're saying the same thing. Like, use a different word. It's so confusing that, the genetically altered, super smart, cloaking dinosaur. But get out of here with that.
Yeah, it
was like cloaking, like chameleon cloaking, bro. It could be anywhere.
It's like, what's next, though? Is it we've managed to clone a giant mutant dinosaur with a human, and it's got a human's face, and it's Oprah.
Dude, I swear to God, I thought that leak about Scarlett Johansson having dinosaur DNA was going to be real. Because I
Don't be surprised if that's not where they're going.
No, I literally saw there was a first draft that someone leaked. I'm on a.
Why is that?
I'm in a special group of people that leak things, and I'm not supposed to talk about group because the first rule of this group is to not talk about the group.
Plumbing group.
It's like Fight Club for movie leakers. Anyways, the first draft of that script.
None of you guys can be punched in the face. That's for sure.
No, we're all keyboard warriors. We just complain about movies. Oh, but the first draft of that script for that movie was leaked. And it did include basically Scarlett Johansson's character, same thing. She's going there to get some DNA from some dinosaur. And I guess the scientists on this island were working on gain of function or something. Right?
Okay, at least it would be topical.
Well, that's the problem. Is they were writing it before the COVID thing. And then when COVID happened and like gain of function became like a big topic, they were like, "Oh, we gotta backtrack this and change it." So they still needed Scarlett Johansson to get on the island, but instead of her accidentally getting injected with this gain of function RNA dino vaccine or whatever, and her turning into like a dinosaur hybrid person with like green skin and like scales, instead of that happening, they went the family route, and so people were saying, "Well, it's possible that." They were writing it, and then COVID happened, and the whole gain of function thing became an actual like thing people understood, and it was too topical and too controversial, and they changed the movie. I don't know. That would have been a much cooler script, by the way. But we know the second movie is gonna have to be a human dinosaur hybrid, and it's like the start. It's like the start of like some superhero movie where this guy is a dinosaur human hybrid or something.
Yeah, he's got a tail.
Right. It's basically
like
Godzilla.
Yeah, where are you going to go with it next? Right.
Well, we know. A family is going to go to a island somewhere where there may or may not be a park, or there may or may not be dinosaurs or something, but something bad's going to happen at said island, and they'll be chased by dinosaurs. Some of them will be eaten. There'll be an arrogant, douchey guy that you like to see killed, and there'll be like a super Mary Sue badass military person that saves them at the last minute. And in the very last frame of the movie will be a dinosaur called the Super Duper Extreme T-Rex. And he'll be standing on top of the mountain going, that'll be the last frame. We don't know exactly how the movie's going to go.
Look, I know how to do it. Just set it in London. Dinosaurs loose in London. Just roaming London.
Why not? Let's leave the island. And you know why they won't do the dinosaurs in real world anymore? Because they did that one time for like the third movie, and it was a massive failure, right? Like the one time they genuinely almost failed was for the third movie. So they since then they've adjusted the template to always be group of stupid people go to stupid island for stupid reason, get chased by dumb dinosaurs, and some die, some don't, end the movie.
Yeah, I mean, guys, I've never enjoyed any of them since the original Jurassic Park, and I think once you've done that first one and how fantastic that was, and how jaw-dropping it was when you saw those dinosaurs on screen for the first time, I just don't think you can replicate that again. And they've tried and they've tried and they've tried. Again, when they did, what was it, The Lost World, which was the sequel to it, I was still meh with it. It doesn't have the magic of the original one, no matter how much they try.
Real question. I got a real question.
Yeah.
This is actually a question for you, John. Why can't we have a Fast and Furious Jurassic?
Okay.
Oh no! Wait, no, real question.
It's not a real question.
No. Both exist in modern day. Why can't we have a Fast and Furious,
Fast hunting them down,
Jurassic World crossover?
Guys,
Vin Diesel and Momoa.
This is it. This is
my man.
The reason I almost quit
As he
doing
punches
the
a velociraptor.
podcast.
No, I want to know. Really, you know,
I'll tell you why.
Somewhere out there, some executive was like, "How do we get these people in the same movie?"
The car goes into space with a dinosaur on top of it.
The problem is it's a really stupid idea. Okay, so the problem is, as funny as you're trying to be, and I get where you're coming from here, and yes, studios do think this way. It's a surprise they didn't do it, especially Universal. The truth of the matter is the reason why they didn't do it is because Steven Spielberg is too involved, including Jurassic World Rebirth, where Cope isn't the only one. You're right. Cope isn't the only one responsible for this script because he worked closely with Spielberg on the script because they wanted to return to the original Jurassic Park idea. So the reason you have a family is because Spielberg wanted to try to return to the roots of Jurassic Park, where you have the family elements, you have the fish out of water situation, and they're stuck in a dino environment as opposed to dinos in a human environment. That was the whole idea for Jurassic Rebirth. It just utterly failed in my opinion, in every single way, even though it made $800 million because everybody's going to go see a dinosaur movie, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. You didn't answer my question, but it's fine.
I did answer your question. It's stupid. It's stupid. And yes, everyone in the world would go see it. So I don't know why the studio hasn't done it.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Who cares if it's stupid? Literally everyone would watch it. You know that that's the case.
I would only watch it because I'd have to review it, not because I want to.
Just imagine the trailer, right?
Oh, I can't.
The Jurassic, the typical
in a world where dinosaurs exist.
No, the typical. Let's start with the typical Jurassic Park or Jurassic World intro, where it's like the island, and you see the Taylor, right? Taylor. Then you hear, and you just hear the guitar, and like one dinosaur comes up out of the grass, another dinosaur, and then like another dinosaur, and it's like a bunch of velociraptors looking around, and the car's getting louder. And Toretto does a drift turn, bro, and just clears through all the velociraptors. Run! And a family at Ren. You know what? No, not one family. 3 families. Let's up the ante. 3 families.
Family.
All orphans. And they're running through as he's clearing the way with his car. Run! Get through! Run, 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 run. Cut to black. Dude, that's all I need to see. That teaser.
Oh. Yeah. It's just and a customary sort of like a Vin Diesel working it under the bonnet of his car, where he hears the sound of a velociraptor or something like that. You know,
and he's like, and he goes,
yeah,
clever girl.
Dude, they can't even make the final Fast and Furious movie, let alone try to. I mean, they can't even finish their own story.
Clever girl.
And then Michelle Rodriguez pops out and says,
you see the velociraptor, his little claw just grabs the jack. He's like pulling out out of the car.
The velociraptor hat claw gives him a spanner. You know, done.
He's like, I need a 3-inch. And then all of a sudden his kid's not doing it. It's actually a velociraptor hitting him a 3-inch.
And the velociraptor looks like Scarlett Johansson. Yep, we got this. Hey, we can write as
Hollywood.
well as these guys can.
Hollywood, you're missing out.
Guys,
really
what are we doing? Why are we not doing this movie? It'll make $5 billion. And every single normie that knows nothing about any of the movies other than whatever they've seen will go see it, and they'll talk about it like it's the next best thing. You'll start a whole new franchise.
Yeah. Hollywood exec right now is going, yep. Margot, get on the phone to these guys. They know what they're talking about.
You know Vin Diesel is going to be wearing a tank top the whole time.
Yeah.
I applaud that, though. I applaud that.
Okay. All right. What do you guys think about Jurassic World Rebirth 2, the sequel, Electric Boogaloo? Hit the comment section and the chat. Are you guys interested? Do you care? Is this guy out of touch now that he's gotten too old? What's the plan here? Is Universal done with franchises? Because I haven't seen any news about any of their franchise films for the last 5 years. So,
yeah, I would like Steven Spielberg to stop making movies. And you listen, you've earned it. Retire, buddy, and hang out on sets if you want to.
Take a break.
He needs to stop. Okay, no more.
No, you know what he needs to do? He needs to be in charge of a studio.
No.
Let someone else make the movies. He can just greenlight them.
Okay, if he wants to greenlight movies, that's fine. He needs to stop making them because he's not necessarily hurting his legacy, but I don't want to watch this train wreck anymore of him. And listen, go back to the Dial of Destiny, right? David Cope, answer this one question, dude. If I get a chance to ask you a question, this is the one question I'm going to ask you. Did you write that she knocks out Indiana Jones and takes him back to the present?
Oh my God.
Did you write that?
Yeah.
Because if you wrote that, I am going to punch you in the face.
Yeah, for real. For real. How is it that idea got through so many people? Let me tell you something. If I worked at the studio, and dude, if I was a craft service guy and I found out about the scene,
dude, you're always a craft service guy.
And then because you know why? Because I've done craft service. It's the lowest job you can do. I'm not talking. Hold up. I'm not talking trash on craft service. These guys work hard.
No. It's
But it is technically, while it's important, it's the least industry job you can have. Grips have more,
of course,
respect. But I've done that job, but let's say if I was and I found out about that scene, I would walk over and I'd be like, "Who did it? Who thought this was a good motherfucking idea? Whoever it is, come out right now. We're gonna have words."
Watch it. Steven Spielberg steps out from behind the camera. I wouldn't want to stay in history.
The thing is, dude, it's how did it get through writers and executives and dailies? A lot of people knew about this. Not a single person was like, "Hold up, guys."
No, dude, everyone's afraid because they said, "Oh, we need the hero to be the girl in the end so we can pass the baton," until they realized nobody wanted to see that shit.
The girl
they were going to do that, bro. She was
why is
Indiana.
Why is it that she is also in that film? And Shane, what you've asked is what everybody is asking, and I salute you for wanting to punch, because you'd be punching him in the face for everybody, quite frankly.
I would walk around and do it.
Yeah, same. But it was also the fact that they made her, I'm going to say it, she's not a particularly attractive woman. But yet every man in that film supposedly is obsessed and fancies her beyond belief.
That's another thing too. I don't believe it for a second that she's this charming. It doesn't make look, guys. Harrison Ford is more attractive than Phoebe, whatever her name is.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge.
Yeah.
And I'm a straight man. Legitimately, I think Harrison Ford's a more attractive person.
Well, it's not about attraction.
At 80 years old. But they act as if she's this attractive, globe-trotting, or Indiana Jones wannabe.
Intoxicating,
but she's not. She's her voice is grating. Her looks are not even mid, they're lower than average. She looks annoying. She looks like a person that would annoy me if I saw her if I had to interact with her in person.
And she's the star of the movie. Character. She plays exactly the same character in every single thing.
Yeah, she's
the droid in Solo.
It's Fleabag in Indiana Jones.
Well, the
droid.
So what do people like about Harrison Ford, right? About Indiana Jones. He's sarcastic, right? Mm-hmm. He's
witty.
Difficult. What is the right word? And so that was she's the female version of it. The difference is nobody likes women like that.
That's no.
Take male and female people.
No. Right? I think you can have a sarcastic, witty, a charming woman. You could, but they didn't cast someone that is any of those things.
Thing is, we had Marion in Raiders,
right? And she was
Marion. Yeah, and Marion was those things. Dude, if Angelina Jolie does a better job at being Indiana Jones than you, then you've made a mistake. You've cast the wrong person.
The one missing thing is sex appeal. So what you're saying
not
is
just sex appeal. No.
You can be a sarcastic woman if you're sexy, but you can't.
No.
Ugly.
Florence Pugh. Am I saying it right? Pugh?
Well, she has sex appeal. You can't.
Well, no, but she's not traditionally sexy, but she is charming.
There's something about her that is.
Yes, to us.
But there's nothing about Phoebe Waller-Bridge that is.
Yes, to us, but I think a big part of it is her confidence, her charm. Yeah. She's sarcastic. She has all the qualities that you just said. And she's not traditionally like sexy. She's sort of thick, but I find her incredibly alluring because of her confidence, because of her charm, right?
It might be the.
If you had cast Florence Pugh in there, it would have been a better movie. Am I saying the name wrong? Her name sucks. She should change her last name. Olivia Munn changed her last name so it didn't sound bad. You should do that, Pugh.
Pugh's last name stinks. Let's just get it to it.
I think Phoebe Waller-Bridge, as an example, if you put her in Raiders and she played Marion, you'd have the bit at the top where she's about to be thrown into the pit with Indy, but she would be dancing around in front of it going, "You're not going to throw me in there because you fancy me. I'm sexy. You want me." That's the kind of thing she would do in that scene.
Right.
Whereas Marion was very attractive. But yeah,
the reason she's funny is because it's not true. Like
Marion in Raiders,
the irony doesn't work in Indiana Jones movies.
The crazy thing about Dial of Destiny is they had it. They could have just taken the award-winning Data. What's his name? Guy played Data.
Oh,
I know you mean Short Round.
Brett Spiner?
No, the guy who played.
Oh, Data. Yeah, Short Round. Yeah, from the Goonies. Yeah,
I'm forgetting his name right now. But you have this guy who is coming back up in the industry, and everyone loves him. He played Short Round in Temple of Doom. He's established in the canon and with the fans. You have this. Why is he not the guy? Why isn't he the person playing that character that is doing the job that Indy showed him how to do when he was a kid, and he runs back into Indy? I don't understand.
Because he was his surrogate son.
And by the way, if he had punched Harrison Ford in the face and taken him back, we all would have been like, okay. Because Short Round saving him from himself makes sense.
Well, Short Round he would have actually cared about him, and that's the other thing with Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character. We don't ever understand that she actually cares about Indiana Jones. Mm-hmm. Like we don't the relationship, the key to like if she brought him back because she couldn't live without him, like I would have bought that. But that's not why she brought him back. And that's why, and it's Ke Huy Quan is the guy's name.
Thanks.
The actor's name. Had he brought Indiana back, it would have been because, you're important to me. And so she brought him back because for her own reasons, not because it was better for her. She brought him back because it was the right thing to do. It's like feeling like being preached at in all the movies and shows we watch now. It didn't feel genuine the way they wrote it, and therefore it didn't work.
And watching that movie, I do believe the rumors from the time where it was saying that it was going to alter time and reality, whereby it would happen. She'd go back to the future, and she was effectively Indiana Jones. She was that character going forward. Because when you watch the film, it very much feels like that. They're deliberately trying to put Indy down right from the first moment, all the way through that film. They're demoralizing him. The hero is being dropped down to the floor.
It was a hard movie to watch, man.
Yeah, and she's lifted up constantly, and she's not earned anything, has she, throughout that whole process?
She is a Mary Sue all the way.
Yeah,
hyper Mary Sue.
Anyways, so that movie was Steven Spielberg, David Koepp.
I don't know how we got here.
Steve, you just got to stop, man. I mean, it breaks my heart. It actually hurts me to watch you make bad things. So I'm just going to say, please no more. And hopefully we move on.
Okay. And we're also going to move on. All right,
let's still part of the clip?
Segue.
I'm sorry.
I thought it was a segue.
Yeah, that was a long segue. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso is back with season 4, and let me tell you something, it should have ended at season 3. But no, we cannot let a good story die. And I think the woke or the virtuous or whatever you want to call them, the virtuous signalers, that we have one more character to drag into our world and to use his influence to push an agenda. And so with Ted Lasso season 4, here we are. We wrote about it on podcast.co. You can check it out right here. Ted Lasso season 4 appears to be more of season 3. And here's the deal. At least season 3 had the original. It was a conclusion to the story. But it looks like season 4 is partially a whole new story. But you can read about it on our website, but we're going to talk about it right now. Shane, talk to me about Ted Lasso season 4, episode 1.
Yeah, so I didn't have the same feeling. So I ended season 3 not feeling great about Ted Lasso. And if you go through the article that I talk about there, it explains why. But basically, the first couple seasons of Ted Lasso made it pretty much a simple, sports movie, warm-hearted. Ted Lasso, this character is like changing people and changing the way people interact with each other and things like that. We go into season 3, and of course, this is, during the weird 2020 to 24 strangeness that we all experienced across the globe, where wokeism kind of took over, and the season 3 kind of turns into this preachy. They're giving you lessons about how you should feel about immigration. Now, it didn't turn out so great as Spain would tell you. Illegal immigration, sexism, homosexuality, geopolitics, everything, like the whole 9 yards, racism, like it's all in season 3. Like the only thing missing from season 3 is like soccer, as John would say, soccer. Right?
Soccer.
Football.
Yeah. And they decided to go on this like voyage of, we're gonna be more responsible. We're gonna be more, socially aware. And this is, by the way, so Jason Sudeikis he's the co-creator along with the guy who plays Coach Beard, Brendan Hunt, and they kind of the co-creators came up with this idea. So they decided that when they were doing season 3 and when their writing staff, that because Ted Lasso is like, kind of changing people and growth and stuff like that, that they wanted everyone to grow in season 3. And it became this, the way it came to us was very preachy. So he said, and he actually came out and we talk about it in the article, that people who don't have an open mind about it, they were just like throwing out ideas, and you should have an open mind about it.
Yeah, be curious, not judgmental.
Yeah, like, just have an open mind. Well, the problem is that when they tell the story, they're not making suggestions. They're telling you how you should feel. So, this is something that Hollywood does very frequently. Well, I wasn't happy with the way season 3 ended. It ended, yeah, sure, he was done coaching, came back to take care of his kid, blah, blah, blah. It wrapped itself up neatly. But I wasn't comfortable because I felt like a show that I really loved watching had turned into a platform to teach me how I should really feel about the world.
Right.
And so season 4, when I came back to it, I'm like, I don't know if I want to watch season 4 of Ted Lasso. And frankly speaking, Jason wasn't going to come back and make a season 4. Season 3 was it. He was done. But after taking some time off, he realized he wasn't done with the character and wanted to come back. Well, unfortunately, at least from my perspective, season 4, episode 1 has started on the same path that season 3 was.
You know why you felt that way about season 3?
Tell me.
Because Hollywood accidentally made a straight white male not only the hero of the story, but the charming, moral, like the moral center of the story. And we can't have that. Oh no, hold up. If this guy is gonna be the moral center, the hero, the charming, the great good guy, then we need to also, once we've created that character, we need to use them to push all these progressive ideas.
Well, okay. So the one thing about Ted Lasso that you guys, and you're onto something here, but it's not some boogeyman in the dark. It's Jason. Jason's the reason why. Jason and his writing team, because they're mostly white guys. Okay. And if you watch Ted Lasso, what do you notice? It's a very apologetic TV show. You know, when you watch it, they're constantly apologizing for insulting people or for saying the wrong thing. I mean, Higgins spends most of the first episode feeling totally uncomfortable because he's at a Negro baseball museum, and he's offending the black guy who's taking him around constantly. It's like it's how leftists, and I hate to make this a political thing, but it's how leftists see white men and how white male leftists see themselves as needing to be these apologetic figures. Yeah. Right. And Ted Lasso is just another one of those white guys who in the very beginning of the show, this kid is, and I won't try to spoil too much. This kid is stealing. He works at a grocery store, and the kid is stealing. And so he, of course, does his cool Ted Lasso. The thing I love about him, his teaching method is to steal more stuff than the kid did and like get caught by the kid to show him like what he did wrong. But what he told him is that he's probably stealing because of his white male privilege.
What?
Those are the direct words that he tells him.
No, that really? And that wasn't a joke. It was like a real
It was
thing.
said jokey. It was said
tired
jokey,
of this.
But it was, the difference is when you're like, oh, you're white male privilege, right? That's a joke. Or it could be your white male privilege. And you're not sure it's a joke. It's like kind of serious, kind of a joke. When you want to walk that line, that's what happens here. And so like you kind of get this first like weird, okay, all right. So he actually said that, but okay, I really like Ted Lasso's character, so blah, blah, blah. I'll let it keep going. And then all of a sudden they have a run-in with the principal where the kid isn't allowed to write down the words to some old Arrested Development song or something like that. And now it's against the man. And there's like all these problems, and they're in this woman's store. And of course he gets visited from his old friends back from Richmond. And they're out there, and of course there's this woman who owns a store who's tired of just working. Now she owns it herself, and all of a sudden Higgins is in a Negro museum which has absolutely nothing to do with the whole story. But what we learn is
Higgins just ends up in a Negro museum, like Negro basketball or something.
Yeah. Baseball. So he ended up going because before baseball was just a white sport.
I don't know why we're not saying that Negro.
It's Negro,
but that was called the Negro League, right?
The Negro League, yeah,
right.
Yeah,
but it feels weird.
Listen, and by the way, that word is not racist. I'm just saying it is the way people were.
It's part of history.
Yeah. So,
but how does he end up in a museum like that?
Well, because next door to that was the Jazz Museum, but it was closed. So he was going to the Jazz Museum by himself. Okay. And he ends up going to the African, the baseball museum, where we learn that these were actually probably the greatest baseball players of all time, but they never got their chance or whatever. So we learn though that Higgins says, well, women's soccer is exactly the same. They couldn't even play soccer in England until 1971. It was illegal for women to play soccer until 1971, right? And so he's like, so they're like the same. And of course, the black guy's like, oh, I'm sorry. They're not the same. What happened to you guys was much worse.
Oh, God.
And it's just like, this is what Ted Lasso is now. It's this apologetic, like, I'm so sorry. And now this entire season is going to be they've asked him to basically come back and coach the women's soccer team. Now, here's what makes it even worse. The problem begins in this episode where the women's soccer team, they're going to start it up. They're going to do women's like professional soccer. But one of the teams is already pulling out over accusations that it's taking money from the men's league, taking resources from the men's league, and it actually doesn't make any money because nobody wants to go watch it. Hello, WNBA in the United States.
But that's all true.
Oh, but they're going to show you during this season how it's not true, Brian. They're going to show you and preach to you and tell you why you really love women.
Can't wait to see
professional sports.
Can't wait to see that explanation, because in the real world, the WNBA doesn't make a penny.
But did they convince you that illegal immigration is good?
No.
But they tried to, right? Last season. So they're going to try to convince you that
I didn't catch that part.
The point I wonder, is like, they're grabbing bad ideas and because they're being apologetic white guys. Anyways, go ahead, John.
I wonder if they're going to do in the future season, they're going to be doing commentary about a certain Spanish colony that's just had about illegal immigration. That would be interesting if they added that into it. Exactly.
Anyone else think it's weird?
Their narrative
that like the hero of the story is working as an assistant manager at a grocery store. That just sort of sucks, bro. Like this guy, like, hey, let's take everything else off the table. Taking everything else off the table. If you open up and like Ted Lasso, like this awesome figure that we've seen for 3 seasons that crafted this thing and sort of changed the lives of all these people, came back to America and is working as an assistant manager at a local grocery store. Nothing, by the way, nothing bad about doing that job.
So Ted Lasso is, sorry.
Yeah, Ted Lasso is.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that is insane.
Nothing bad about being an assistant manager at a grocery store. But
no,
Ted Lasso shouldn't be working as a. He should have something going on that utilizes his abilities that are.
You would at least be a pundit on a TV show or a sports channel.
Yeah, bro.
Here's the thing. So once again, like, they're trying to set you. I had to explain plot devices to my son last night because he didn't understand how did this person know about this? Well, they never didn't know. They just wrote it in there that they knew because they couldn't show you. Same problem here. They want him to go back and coach the women's team. Like that's what the writers want him to do. So they're not going to give him anything that might keep him there for the same problem that the kid's having problems at school and the ex-wife is having problems at her work that they show you. They want to make it easy for him to uproot his family to take him back. So because the whole reason he came back at the end of season 3 is he wanted to be away from his kids. So how do you get him to go back to England?
You got to take the kid with you.
You got to take the kid with him, right? So the whole point of not giving him an important job, which doesn't make any sense. You're right. He's not going to come back. He's going to be something special. He was special over there. He's going to do coaching the local high school, whatever, something more than working at the grocery store, right? But they did that to make it easy for him to bail.
But it's stupid.
It doesn't make sense. It's poor. It's bad writing.
Right.
And I love the characters. Listen, guys, I'm talking shit, but let me tell you something. I love the Ted Lasso cast. I do. I love them all. I love Brett Goldstein, who's my favorite, Roy Kent. I actually love Keeley. I love them all, man. I love all the characters. But the problem is, it's like taking characters that you really like and just making them do bad things. It's like taking Barbie dolls and making them do disgusting things. Like, that's the way I feel about these characters and the way they're being written.
Well, this is
the fact that he's not even coaching his kid's team is
right.
Is really, really, really stupid. Thank you, Christopher. That makes no sense. You want to be with your kid? Why are you not? Oh God!
And then he can't. He confronts the kid's team. I'm sorry, John. I'll let you go. He confronts the kid's coach because the coach is an overbearing jerk a bit, and he goes to like confront him, and then the coach is like, "You're not going to be like that, right?" And once again, oh, you're right. Sorry, coach. This is whole like very weird apology tour on everything. Go ahead, John.
I mean, again, just about the UK and sort of women's football. Women's football is getting so insufferable now by the fact that what you've just said about the scenario with assistant manager in a store. It wouldn't happen now because the managers and the players from women's football, just the World Cup as an example, they're everywhere. They're like the managers who were previously running the national team, they're now pundits on the Men's World Cup, and there's 3 of them on there with their microphones before a game doing an analysis of men's football. But you flip it the other way around, and you don't get men on the Women's World Cup, you know. And again, this is the example that I'm trying to make. This would never happen, that he would just go back to, right, he can't get a job, so he's going to be an assistant store manager.
Right.
He would either be getting another job offer in women's football or men's football, or he would go and be a pundit during the season on a sports channel. You know, that's more plausible and understandable. But, you know, what you've just described just would never happen.
Right.
And this is another example of these Hollywood people. They live in this bubble that they think that would actually be the case. It doesn't sound like they even know much about football, to be honest with you, because what you've just said is nonsense. Again, I'm like you, Shane. I'm at season 1. I'm at season 1.
I poor John's like, I don't understand.
Yeah.
Season 1
season
feels
1.
good, doesn't it? Doesn't season 1 feel good?
Season 1, I'm enjoying it, and it's good-hearted, and I'm liking it. I really am. But then it's the same with all things. I think you might have mentioned it either this week or last week or the week before. But you're saying everything that happens with these shows that we like, eventually you get them altering them to be the woke. To integrate the woke stuff in it, so you can really enjoy it. They almost wait until you get invested, and then they drop the hammer on you with all of it, and that's what really annoys me.
Yeah, they have to hijack
you had a good thing
character.
going.
You have to hijack these characters, and they want to go back in time and hijack the characters you loved when you were young too, which is why we see Strange New Worlds. They want to hijack every facet of pop culture retroactively. They want to go back and say, actually, Captain Kirk was super gay. He was having sex with Spock on the side. They want to retroactively change history, and they're doing it via pop culture. They're using pop culture as a vehicle to sort of retroactively change history and modify the history books and change what actually happened. And I love this in Digger, the new episode, the new movie coming out. He goes, "Oh, well, that's the story." He goes, "No, those are the facts. The story hasn't been written yet." And this is important. His real history is facts. But if you can change the perception of facts by writing a different story, then you have won the culture war. And on our live channel, in our description, it says Pop Culture War Consultants or whatever, right? And the reason is because we don't look at the story being told. We look at the facts, right? The truth, not what is true or your truth, but the truth. And if you look at what's happening over the last 20 years, they have hijacked the art of storytelling, the art of the narrative. They've hijacked it to literally change the perception of history, the perception of events that you might have lived through, or you have learned about in high school or middle school or elementary. They can change your perception of it by introducing you to stories and characters that you like, and then slowly getting those characters to change the story or the perception of the story. Introduce fictional elements to get you to think differently about characters that were evil in the past, or real historical figures that did bad things that should not be celebrated, but for some reason we can celebrate them, and we do it slowly so that they can push an agenda that fits their ultimate total world domination. And I'm not making a joke when I say that. There's a book called Soviet Total War. You should read it. It came out in the 50s, and they literally have this in the book. This is how you modify. This is how you take over the West. You can't do it with guns. We'll win. You can't do it by force. We'll win. You cannot take the West with war. The way you do it is by changing the culture, installing people in positions that will change the perception of actual historical events until you've feminized or weakened an entire nation to the point where they'll believe anything. And they have hijacked the art of the narrative, movies, TV shows, books, comics, and they do it slowly. And while we push back on stuff, we push back on a stupid a hyper twink Superman kissing a hyper twink Batman or something. We might push back on that stuff, but not enough of us do. Some of us go, oh, well, that's not for me, and they put it down. But not enough people are saying, what are you doing? Not enough people are screaming about it. And enough weak, effeminate idiots will just ignore it until the next generation just assume that's the way it's always been. Superman's a cock-sucking twink now. And this is what we do. And they do it by getting you to love a character and then slowly hijacking that character until your perception of history, of facts, are different. And you are now going to spit that perception to the next generation and the next generation until they've won and no one has fired a bullet.
Yeah.
You know what?
Go ahead, John.
I was just going to say, when I watched Revenge of the Sith for the first time in the cinema in 2005, and Padme sat there where the Emperor is basically then going, I'm now going to create the first galactic empire. And she goes, and this is how democracy dies, with rapturous applause. I laughed at that at the time. And I was like, this will never happen. Flipping 2026. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, it could.
Yeah. It's interesting because
ignorance.
You're right. We live in this interesting time. And, if you go back to the 70s, when I was growing up, and you can kind of follow time, and especially in pop culture and things, and go, well, that feels wrong. That feels wrong. And then you get to a place in the 90s where it feels like everything kind of balanced out. Like we kind of, for the most part, we acknowledged racism and we agreed to work towards making it better. We acknowledged sexism and we agreed to make it work better. We made sure that the workplace was a safe environment for women. I was watching the TV series. I don't know if you guys remember it. It was called Jag, right? It was out in the 90s. Now, Jag was a really interesting show. I was in the Navy at that time, right? I was living through that experience. And Jag was taking stories and mirroring what was happening in the Navy and actually telling stories. So I lived through that time. I didn't watch this. I actually worked on the series by helping set up different shots and different things when Jag was being made at all the different naval bases and facilities, right? But I never actually watched the show. I was always deployed, and I just never got a chance to really watch it. So I decided I was going to pop on a couple of old episodes and watch it. And I popped on this episode where, women had just gotten allowed to be in combat roles in the Navy back in 1994. So it's a few years later, and they're getting those first Navy pilots, these female pilots, right? So there's this episode where a woman has claimed sexual harassment on the ship. This is like 1997, and they kind of take you through the scene where Harm and the major have to come out and like investigate it and figure out what's going on. And it's being shown that the captain seems like he's a bit of a misogynist, and she's the victim. Well, by the end of it, it comes out that, he's doing some wrong things, but she's also not competent at her job because she was put in place because they were forcing women down the pipeline that weren't ready, who didn't have the proper training.
That's cool.
And it's like, it met the world in both places. Yes, the dude was wrong, but she was also wrong. And we went to this place after the 90s where it was like, oh, the dude is always wrong and the girl is always right. And it just kind of continued until we got to this.
The dude's actually a full-on serial rapist. And she's a genius. And everything is perfect.
Once everything was sort of balanced, it just kept going until we got to the point of where no one could tolerate anymore, which is the woke.
Yeah, the pendulum never stopped. We got to the middle, and then it kept going the other way.
Right.
And I believe now we got to a tipping point right there. We got to the tipping point up here, and now it's like it's got to go back the other way because people are like, dude, this is ridiculous.
Younger generation is pushing back. So the young men of this new generation are not having this shit.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm listening to young kids talk about, things are changing. But when we're old men,
my kids' generation is so based. I watch them. I listen to them talk, and listen. I get offended a little bit. guys, I am not someone you can offend, but I listen. I'm a youth leader, so I'm taking these kids home after church, and it's like 20, 25, 30 kids. And so all my little SUV is packed, and I'm just listening to music. I'm chilling, because like part of their experience is after youth group, they're talking and they're rowdy in the car, and it's part of the experience, right? So my kids always come with me on the way home because they want to be part of the car party, and I hear them speaking, and I'm trying to stay out of it, but I'm listening, and I'm like, hold on, guys, no, can't say that. What the hell? No,
It's bad. Yeah.
Can't do that. No, guys, you cannot refer to those people with that word. I'm sorry.
But
I'm like, you cannot, guys, do not use that word. You could think that, but please do not say that out loud. And they're mean to each other, but they don't get offended. Like they laugh.
It's weird, man. I don't know how to.
My daughter, her best friend's this guy named Michael. She calls him a loser F word. Okay, and I'm like, whoa, Ellie, what the hell? And she's yelling it out of the car at like 10 o'clock in night. When I say F word, I'm not talking about F-U-C-K, the other word. Loser, the slur for gay people. And I'm like, no, Ellie, no, what the hell? No, you cannot do that. He's on the way to it, like his car. He's like, hey, loser. And I'm like, whoa, what are you doing? And he doesn't turn around and get upset. He turns around and he goes, ha ha, you suck at Fortnite. And they're just...
it's true.
To them, it's just the way they talk to each other aggressively, and they talk down each other, and no one's mad about it. No one.
Well, it's not just them. I mean, I'll give you an example. I got friends here in the UK, and they're gay. They're a gay couple, and they tell me that they say we're sick and tired of it now. So even the gay community are getting sick and tired of it. And they gave me an example. There's a soap in the UK, and in one of the scenes, basically, there's a gay couple, and he opens the front door at lunchtime, and instantly the partner comes in, and the door's shut, and they're literally passionately on each other in seconds. And they said to me, they said, "That's just not normal." You know, if we've had a long day at work, we'll probably sit down on the sofa and maybe cuddle up and watch a program. But we don't want to be doing all of that. It's just abnormal all the time.
Yeah, listen, it's not normal for heterosexual couples either. Listen, I've been married for a long time. No. In my first year, my first couple years were probably the most passionate. And even then, I didn't come home and like, give me a BJ, let's have sex. No, it was like, yo, what's for dinner? Like, let's go
Wrong
get some
house,
food.
Brian.
Let's go get some food. Like, do we need help? Like, you're now a partnership trying to live a life. It's not all about like some sexual gratification. It's not a porn movie, dude.
No.
In any real relationship, that's never the case. Maybe after your first date, you're sure about it, but like once you've established that you can go to the bathroom in front of each other, we're not doing that anymore. Like once you've gone poop in the same room I'm sleeping, it's cool. We can just be normal people. It doesn't have to be some want what you want every time I show up.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy, bro.
So it's happening. It's just this Hollywood bubble, and it's UK entertainment is the Hollywood bubble as well. I include that in it. That just they will not get the message. You know, they're pushing their agenda as far as they can, and every single time they do it, it fails.
Right.
You know, so when somebody at some point is going to have to learn. I thought we might get there with the fact that a lot of the failures in movies and shows were happening, and there was financial losses, but not even that stopped it, is it really?
No, it won't stop because they've figured out how to fix the financial loss part of the go woke, grow broke. It's no longer go woke, go broke, because you can go woke and avoid all responsibility because now it's subscriber based.
Right. Yeah. No, that's the problem. And we've beat this probably dead, but you know, it's true that, you know, I don't think we're ever going to get to, it isn't about achieving equality. It's about, I now have the momentum and now I'm going to dominate. Yeah. Right. And that's kind of where we're at. And so there's these forces of kind of good and evil pushing back. I do hope that, you know, our kids have gotten to the point where perhaps this whole online thing, where I'm thinking it's a tragedy because people look, you're kind because you don't want to get punched in the face. right? But online, nobody's punching you in the face, and so now they're all mean to each other.
What is that quote from
Mike Tyson?
Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he says all of you have got really comfortable of saying things without getting punched in the face. Yeah.
No. You said everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face, right?
That's for but that's for like sports or things.
No. But like in reality, because no one's punching each other in the face, right? It's like there's no reset happening, right?
Did you ever see the video of him on a plane and the drunk guy was behind him and he was just winding Mike Tyson up, and all of a sudden Mike Tyson just turns around and just wails on the guy.
In the airplane.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, literally hammers him.
But the point is that maybe this online lack of kindness to each other is actually scarring everybody so much that we don't necessarily need to be nice to each other. We can be offensive to each other and not take offense, which I would argue either way. Let's all be civilized, or let's all agree that we can be savages. But at some point, we all have to agree either way.
Yeah. So when I said my kids and their friends talk to each other like really aggressively and talk down to each other and make fun of each other all the time, like they do that, but they also love each other.
Right.
Like, and if someone outside their friend group did that, they would band together like a savage tribe of savage children, and they would probably beat the crap out of that person. It would not be okay. And while this group, and I have a picture of this group, we went to see Spider-Man together. It was like 25 kids. It's crazy. It's actually getting to the point where it's way too big for me to manage.
Yeah, buddy, we call those gangs. So, I mean, you might have taken it a little too far.
I might have started a gang.
You might have started a gang.
You know what? I'll post a picture in the. I'll ask my wife for the picture. She has it.
Brian, you remind me of that character
right here.
What?
Does everyone want to get a tattoo right here? I'm just saying.
No.
Yeah. Brian, you remind me of that character in Supernatural, that older guy who brings in kids and he's teaching them to hunt.
To be hunters.
No. So, but what I'm saying is, like, while they do that to each other, they're super protective of each other too, and they get each other gifts, and they say nice things on each other's birthdays, and they're
mine are not super protective, so that may be an element of the youth group thing, but I noticed that even outside of their friend groups, they're like the youth gang. I've noticed that kids who don't necessarily even know each other very well can call each other things and they don't get upset. Like it used to be, you get upset. So I don't know. I don't know if this is a good or a bad thing. All I know is it definitely feels more savage.
Yeah. It's times are changing.
All right, I have it here. Check this out. This is all the kids. I can't zoom in. Sorry, it won't work. This is from a text message. I'll try to post a picture.
I get it. You don't want us to see the tattoos.
But this is all
the P90s.
This is all the kids. We went to go see Spider-Man together. So all these very young kids, and they're different. Like there's white, black, Hispanic, and Asian. A lot of Hispanic. A couple more. I think Hispanic is the most prevalent. But
it is Southern California.
But it's all races here, right? Are established. There's a Syrian, Arabic. There's different. Anyways. What I'm saying is that these kids are they treat each other the way we treat each other in the 90s. In fact, even more so. Like they're more gnarly than we were.
I agree. And Anthony says, bring back bullies. Anthony, this is what we're trying to say.
Bring back bullies.
We did bring back bullies. They're all bullies.
Now they're all bullies.
They're all bullies. The guys and the girls. All of them.
Yeah, they're just all mean bullies.
Right. We did bring back bullies.
It went the wrong way. What happens was we went so far, the next generation was like, whoa, no. We're going to torture everyone.
Yeah.
Do you know what this is just reminding me of? This is just reminding me of it's Scrubs, like earlier seasons of Scrubs, and it's Turk, the black guy, and he shows them the Sacred Heart, like, poster that has been blown up, and he goes, "Yeah, they like me so much they put me on it twice, and they put him." Like to hit the diversity, they put Turk on one side and he's on the other side as well.
It's really funny. I remember that.
I miss having shows like that just have fun.
Scrubs was so good because like it poked fun at these like these social ideas that were stupid, while it also showed the things that needed to be changed or the problems we had in society.
Right.
But it poked fun at the extreme stuff that no one believes. But
the best shows do that.
But while regular Hollywood wants you to believe it's a problem, they're like, no, it's not a problem. A black guy and a white guy could be best friends. That's okay. That's normal.
The best shows do that. For the longest time, Matt and Trey did that for South Park, and now they have.
Yeah. Well, now they just really want to show Trump's penis on screen for some reason.
Yeah.
Never understood it.
Strange.
All right, guys, if you want to become a member, please do so, because in 10 minutes, we are going to the members section. John, can you explain what happens in the members section?
I can indeed, my friend. It gets freaking naughty. And the pants come off. All kinds of crazy shenanigans go on. We have a lot of fun. We have a laugh. We have a joke. And we talk about stuff that we aren't able to talk about on the general podcast live show.
And we're talking about Arc Season 3. We're talking about the new Cyclops at X-Men.
Yep.
And GTA 6 is coming out. So there's 3 topics remaining, and we will cover those topics in the members section because it's already 1:00. And again, we will. We will 100% have to cover
we
those.
Hope we get through that hour.
Yeah. We're going to do it. Okay. We're going to do it. But those topics are going to happen in the members section as well as the freaky noise stuff. Okay, I promise.
Yep. Freaky naughty.
And I really wish we could cover it here, but if you've noticed for a long time, we do this thing where we go on lots of side quests. So while we have topics, sometimes the topics don't make it into the main show because we go on side quest. And again,
makes it more
I would
interesting.
argue, I would love to call this the Side Quest Podcast for that reason, but Shane won't let me call it that. I would love for this to be the Side Quest Podcast.
I'm going to continue to fight to keep us on track. I mean, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I love the concept of side quest because it's a video game term.
Yeah, this is not a video game.
Yeah, but side quests are a real thing in video games, and like we constantly keep going on side quests. I'm just saying.
That's true. It'd be a great for a video game podcast. That would be a cool name.
That's true. All right. Well, anyways, that's what we're going to be doing in the member section. And which is going to happen in 8 minutes. So if you want to become a member, it's really simple. Hit the join button bottom left and join us there. Now, before we go, let's take a look at the chat and let's take a look at the Save Stargate stuff over at Fan Cheered. I did want to just talk about that real quick.
Yeah.
Because
there might be a couple.
The battle continues.
Is there super chats? Can you look for me? Because I can't scroll up.
Yeah, there are a couple of them that Fan Cheered had for $2. Read start of chats for responses to Dino topics.
Yeah.
And another one here from Sons and Shadowcast, $2. Watch more Stargate SG-1 Atlantis, and yes, SGU.
Oh, yes, and not so he's referring to also his Thursday night. So Sons and Shadows, Jeff, our brother from another mother, he also does a Thursday show where they watch SG-1 Atlantis and yes, SGU.
Yep.
Is it weird to me? By the way, I was going to ask you guys: is it weird like this like newfound love all of a sudden for SGU when like it was pretty much universally disliked for a long time, and now
same thing happened to Enterprise.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Do you know what I hate about SGU? I hate things being incomplete. That's what I hate more than anything. And I never got that completion to SGU. I didn't hate it as much as other people did, but it just, I always think the one thing I hate about it is the fact that they kind of put the kibosh on Atlantis to focus on SGU, and they should have carried on with Atlantis.
Yeah, they should have just done Atlantis. Like,
Battlestar Galactica. You can blame Battlestar.
It does feel like, it feels like Atlantis died so they can make SGU.
SGU, yeah, it does.
Yeah, they 100. They couldn't do both. When we wrote the history for it, but they couldn't put effort into both, even though they had done SG1 and SGA. They just were tired. They'd been doing it for so long. They didn't feel like they could keep doing SGA and also SGU and this cool new Battlestar Galactica series that had everybody by storm was doing shaky cam. And it was serious, so they said, "Well, let's do the same thing."
The shaky cam was so dumb.
Oh, so glad that went away. So glad that went away.
I hated shaky cam
to the main extent.
For now.
Yeah.
Trust me, it'll be back.
Everything does come back, doesn't it?
All right. Speaking of Stargate Universe, I have a cameo Fancheer did with David Blue, aka Eli Wallace, aka the reason Amazon passed on Brad Wright's script. I bet you'd know that.
Yeah.
Wait, did Shane just go away?
He just went. He looked like he's. Well, we mentioned SGU and he ran.
Yeah,
that.
I think Shane really dislikes David Blue. So no, but in case you guys didn't know, David Blue is a big reason as to why Amazon passed on the Brad Wright script, because Brad Wright had pitched a script for basically a continuation of SGU, and Amazon just ghosted them. They're like, and they ghosted them. And one of our sources over there said the reason is they didn't want to continue SGU. Like, they didn't see it. They saw Stargate Universe as a problem to solve, not a series to continue. And not only is ensemble shows like that super expensive, SGU didn't have, sorry if I'm coughing. SGU
I get where they're coming from.
Didn't have great ratings. And apparently, according to our source, David Blue is incredibly difficult to work with. And he wants a lot of writers, which is like, when I say writer, I'm not talking about writers like people writing, but like rules in his contract. Like, I get to approve scripts and I got to, and they knew they couldn't do the show without this big giant cast, without David Blue, and David Blue is difficult. And they were just, and
bankruptcy.
And so what they did was, instead of telling Brad Wright to fix it, they just ghosted him. But regardless, here is David Blue, aka Eli Wallace from Fancheer. Oh, that's on mute. My bad.
Favorites is actually, we all got along and hung out offset as well, especially those of us who
my bad, dude.
From Canada and moved there.
That's right.
He's lost a ton of weight.
One time on a weekend off, a bunch of us went up to the snow and rented a cabin and snowboarded and skied and had fun. And there was one night where, if you guys don't know this, there's a lot of singers in Stargate, let alone in the cast of SGU. And we all ended up having, and I have a video of this somewhere, a rendition of the cast of SGU singing Seasons of Love from Rent while drinking wine. It's quite funny, and it's about what you experienced, or what you can imagine. But one of my favorite things that I don't even know if it made it into the behind the scenes or the commentaries, but we were dirty on that show. You can imagine, after a few episodes and a few seasons, the wonderful, amazing crew, the wardrobe people and the makeup people specifically, would routinely have to come up to us with little bags of certain makeup dirt and like make sure we had dirt on our face or on our clothes or what have you. And after a while, everybody was like, let's help you. And so by season 2, you would routinely see the SG-clad uniforms or me in the hoodie and T-shirt going, hold on, running over to the dirt and just rolling around in our costumes to help wardrobe get us dirty faster. Including, I think I have a video of this too. Maybe this should be a perk that I post someday. I have a video of them spraying sand on set, and Colonel Young, Louis, who is the biggest jokester you'll ever meet in your life, ironically considering his character, just running in front of the sand machine, dancing around in it, singing Flashdance, if I remember correctly. We were a silly bunch, and the nice thing about being...
I'm sorry, he's talking too long, and we gotta wrap this up. David, thank you. Like I thought cameos were like 30 seconds. This guy's talking for like
David's
5 minutes.
all in on the cameos, bro.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, can you guys wrap it up? John, starting with you. We're going to, by the way, John's channel tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. PST at Sci-Fi Chronicle 79. We're watching Stargate SG-1, and we are finishing season 5. John, you have about 15 seconds.
Thank you, everybody. Great show today. Come and join us in the members section. If not, we will see you on Stargate Watch Party tomorrow on Sci-Fi Chronicles 79. Other than that, look after yourselves. Thanks for being here today. Appreciate it.
Yes, and we love you guys. We appreciate you. Thank you for all the super chats. Thank you for all the interactions. Make sure you come back for our live, or not, yeah, it was our live after theater review next Thursday, and of course next Saturday. If we don't see you in the member section, have a great week.
Adios.
Nothing is impossible. Just do it. Do it. Just do it. Yes, you can. Just do it.